This is Girls Night Out, the podcast.
Audio.
Welcome to episode 52 of Girls Night Out. I'm Gavin Stevens. You guys are assholes. You can just introduce yourselves, both of you. And with me is Jordan Shearer and Manolo Santanos. How are you guys doing? How are you?
Where are we, though? I don't know. I feel like
You're at
I'm
the
lost in
table.
this.
Now people are listening. They think we're just floating in space. It's like, what's that movie with the chick that
If we were
Gravity.
Sandra Bullock?
Yeah.
But it's Gravity. We're just like three floating.
Speaking of Gravity, that's nominated for the Oscars.
No, not yet.
Hold on. We'll get into that. But firstly, my name is Jordan Shearer, and sitting across from me is...
Manolo Santanos, and to the right of me is
Gavin Stevens. I don't understand. I don't get. Like, can we do it one time my way, as opposed to always?
I don't know.
a shitty way.
I don't care. Do you want to do it next week? We'll do it his way.
Yeah.
Not
we'll
care.
We'll get on board with you next
Awesome.
week.
Awesome. I think that's fair.
So Gravity, Oscar nomination, Oscar favorite? Oscar favorite?
It's a
Question
nominee.
mark?
Voice goes up, so we infer the question mark. I saw it.
Did you like it?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it. Well,
It's good. It's a woman in distress. But Louis C.K. made a good point. He was talking about how many holes are in it. Like, he's saying how
Like black holes or...
no, like
I had to.
he has vaginas. There's only one vagina in the whole movie.
we all get lost in those.
He was saying how it's like there's physics holes. Like, the whole idea that she's a reluctant astronaut. No one's a reluctant astronaut.
Oh, okay.
He did this bit where he's like, okay, pretend we're at an interview, and I go, so why do you want to go to space? But be reluctant with your answer. So why do you want to go to space? Get the fuck out of my office. Because everyone that goes to space is the best ever.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Nobody-
That's true, though.
who had that?
Sandra Bullock. She's like, hey, her daughter died. And that's another thing. They wouldn't send you up if your daughter, if you had,
No way they would send you
Emotional
up. But yeah,
turmoil.
if you had, you're like kind of like suicidal.
Yeah. Well, she becomes suicidal in the movie. I guess it's well done, but it's also, it wasn't my favorite.
I did hear that Gravity was the kind of movie that's better in theaters than watching at home.
Yeah, I would say so. I would agree, but I wasn't going to pay at the theaters to see it.
It must
Yeah.
have cost a fortune to film all that in space, though.
Yes. That's why you have to see it. It's actually better
That was
to
the
see
whole
it outside. Just float those cameras up there.
Just going to me. It's like this one guy's like, "How are we gonna do this, though?"
I love the story. Love the plot. I'm just saying, we've never been to space. Have you been to space? Who's been to space?
Is Sandra really gonna cut? Can we pull Sandra back from fucking 6 miles out? Can we do that?
It's the
Someone tie her off.
It's the owner of the studio, so no one can say anything. They're just like, he's an idiot.
No idea how we got
He
there.
has no idea how he made all this money.
He thinks every movie is real.
This is amazing.
Uh,
So wait, was it amazing? It was
it was
just
okay for me, but I might be cynical.
Was it a story or was this Is that the problem?
It's like you've seen the story before. You know,
I
I
saw-
heard that Robert Redford movie is really good. The one where he's lost at sea. There's like no talking. Like there's no time. But I heard it's like amazing.
Really?
Yeah,
It's a new movie. Is
it just came out. It's like an independent movie.
Is it an Oscar nomination?
No.
Oh, no?
It might be for effects or story or something, but not.
Aren't the special effects artists protesting or something? They're protesting
What?
The Hobbit
Why?
Why?
special effects. I just saw like a brief headline about it. I
What,
didn't
did they
read the
cheat
whole
on
story.
special
Apparently,
effects or something. Can you cheat? I don't know.
It's all green screen. No.
I think they feel like they're getting stiffed for awards or something like that. So they're
That
like
makes sense.
protesting at the Oscars.
Oh, there's
Something like that.
You know what bothers
Could be.
me about that kind of stuff is that like when you're at that level that they are at, like when you're being nominated for an Oscar, it means you have no money problems.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but if you're, but you work all the time.
Yeah, but so what? You like. It's like this is not fair. Anyways, I'm fucking rich,
yeah,
Yeah,
true.
you're doing what like
and
you
what
love.
you love. Who gives
Yeah.
a fuck, man?
Yeah,
If I was like making like $100,000 a year with stand up, I wouldn't care if no one knew who I
Yeah,
was.
but it's also
yeah.
show
Well,
business in
that'd be
terms
fucking
of,
awesome.
But it's also show business where it's like, oh, if you don't win anything and you're like, I'm just happy to, eventually you stop working. Like if you're not doing anything, if no one's recognizing.
But if
how
you
good
can
are.
get on something like The Hobbit, like
Yeah.
if you're on The Hobbit, you're working.
Yeah,
you know.
I agree, but I mean, like, it's just the Oscar nominated, blah blah blah. It's for when they're older, I think.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Louis C.K. was just what was that American Hustle?
Yep.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I saw that movie. He was in that,
Yeah.
but like he grinded out for years, and now people are starting to reach out for him to put him in movies.
Yeah.
Like 10 years ago you would never get, but he worked
Yeah, but that's
his
because
ass.
of Emmys and shit like that.
But he worked his ass off. But my
Yeah,
point
but that's
is,
not because of comedy clubs.
no. But what I'm trying to say is, my point is like, if it went back the other way, he would just still grind it out as a comic. He wouldn't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's happy to
or
do
so
the.
we assume.
He wouldn't care. He's
I think you did
I
it for
talked
so
to him.
long.
all right, fine. I talked to him last night.
That's what I was gonna say.
We were on Skype, and he said, "I wouldn't care."
American Hustle's another movie nominated.
Yeah.
And
Which I was a big fan of.
you weren't a
Yeah,
big
it
fan
was
of
okay.
It was like a bad Goodfellas. Everything was very predictable.
it? Oh, really?
Yeah.
The hook a little bit was I didn't see at the end.
It just compared to other movies I saw Nebraska, which was a really good movie. That was with it's about an old man.
Whoopi
who thinks-
Goldberg?
No. It's with Whoopi Goldberg, an old man.
It's she.
No,
that's-
it's,
Whoopi Goldberg was a girl.
Did you say Whoopi Go-Go?
Go is a girl.
Yeah, it's Whoopi Go-Go.
Whoopi Go.
Philomena was really good. That's with
What does as like? It sounds like a food. What is that?
it was about a woman who got pregnant when she was in her, I guess, 18 or in her teens. She was sent to a convent and they took the baby away, and then she wants to find the baby. They told her the baby died, and then she finds out it was adopted and became a U.S. senator, and so they go
wow.
find out what happened to him. And it's with it's really funny too because what's his name's in it? What's that guy's name from
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yes, Daniel Day-Lewis is in it, and remember him, My Left Foot, hilarious.
Isn't he from Tosh.0?
Yes. The guy from what's that guy's name? Anyway, it's a really funny movie, but it's also like it's about the Catholic Church fucking people over it, but also there's redemption and all that stuff.
What's
That's upstairs. That was upstairs.
Okay, I
I
thought
don't
that
know
was
what it
thunder.
the new mattress caved in?
Yeah, it's going to smack us in the head.
You got the new mattress?
Yes.
And,
we're done with Oscars.
Well,
No.
I don't know if we're done with Oscars.
Okay.
I just thought
Oh,
it would
yeah,
be a
let's
good
go.
opportunity to bring up the mattress.
It's a good mattress.
You got a good mattress?
Well, do you want to tell people what you got?
It's a Tempur-Pedic. I'm not sure which one.
Are you getting paid right now? Did they ask you
No,
to talk
I'm
about
not.
this?
This is
They're
our
not.
sponsor?
It's just one of the
This is
most
our first
comfortable. Yeah, it's a comfortable mattress. I never
We
slept
get no
so deep.
money. We get no. We've had no money. It's 51.
Yeah.
Now we finally get money from a mattress company.
We can theoretically
you guys put
sponsor
people to
everything.
sleep, so it makes sense.
What?
Yeah, we can theoretically get sponsored by anything if we just talk about it. We talk about a whole bunch of shit.
This is our plea to get Tempur-Pedic.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're being transparent enough, but please, Tempur-Pedic,
Just
pick
give us
us
some
up. We need
mattresses.
Or
something.
Browser.com would be
Oh,
great.
Brazzer.
That'd be amazing.
Oh yeah, I still got a tattoo, my friend. Brazzer.
Oh,
If
12
we get Tempur-Pedic should be advertising with Brazzer
yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense.
because you
When I gotta rest my cock.
your cock when you need to wipe your cock off. Nothing's better than Tempur-Pedic.
Those guys must be so relaxed all the time.
Who?
Just porn stars in general.
I
like,
don't think so.
the guys.
The constant stress of AIDS doesn't relax you.
Well, don't they all get tested? I don't know.
Jordan likes to think no. Jordan,
I like to live dangerously.
I like taking AIDS tests every once in a while.
They look healthy.
Yeah, I don't think so. Look at Rocco Siffredi. Doesn't he have HIV?
I heard that.
Yeah, and he has
Rocco?
to work. Yeah, he has to work in the.
He was hilarious.
He
though.
was hilarious.
There's like only a few of them are like that. Like they were like good at banging chicks, but they were also funny. Like which was just weird because you're just trying to drain your balls.
He has to work in Europe now, right? He can't work in the States.
Because
they
of his AIDS.
Yeah.
They let you work in Europe with AIDS?
Yeah, well, it's Europe.
It's Europe. It's a
it's-
shoes-off culture.
He's banging chickens now. That's why.
It's European AIDS. It's so different.
It's like AIDS light down there.
It's like you get it. They give you your AIDS test in a baguette, and they go, "Enjoy,
Live your
Enjoy.
life. Enjoy."
Live your life."
We don't let AIDS stop us like the pesky Americans.
Oh,
I don't know. That was the worst,
Poo-poo.
worst accent ever.
It's a great accent.
Anyway, yeah, I guess we should go back to Oscar movies.
It doesn't matter.
12 Years a Slave.
12
I
years.
liked it.
I thought it was pretty good.
There was a cool thing on CBC about 12 Years a Slave. Apparently, Samuel Bass, the guy, that's who Brad Pitt plays in the movie, right? I haven't seen it.
Brad was great in it, man.
Yeah?
He's so
Isn't it for
good.
2 seconds?
He's awesome. I fucking love
You
that
got a
guy.
crush
But he
on him.
I do
executive
have a
produced
crush on
it.
him.
Yeah, you did.
And he put up the money for it
Yeah.
and whatnot, which is pretty cool. Apparently, this guy, like, does it tell you a lot about this guy in the story or no?
A little bit, but not much.
What, the main character, you mean?
Brad Pitt's character,
The guy that
the
built it-
white guy.
You get
The
I
one
think
nice white guy.
I think you figure him out pretty quick.
Yeah,
'cause-
but you don't really know like way too much in depth of
Because
him.
he's like a real guy.
Yeah,
And apparently, he's from like Kingston or something, or somewhere
that's right.
around
He was
there.
from Canada.
Oh.
And he left his family here and went to work in the States
Yeah.
and then married a black girl down there.
Ooh,
And he was like one of the first dudes to do like,
Jungle Fever.
you got a little jungle fever, which is probably rare for the time.
Oh yeah,
Oh, gotta be.
but that happened
Yeah.
in the movie.
Oh, he.
No, there was a woman that was married to one of her owners and became his wife.
No, but I think this is a bit different than that. This guy
But
was
she
just,
was- she was his
like,
wife.
But this guy's just a worker. Brad Pitt's character is just a worker, just living in the States, and
oh, but
like it's
no,
probably
you're
was
saying-
like a real relationship. That what you're talking about, those are secret relationships.
No, no, they were out in the open with it. Don't you
Which-
remember in the
which-
movie
which
that
one?
woman when the girl went over to have tea?
Oh,
with,
that one. I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about the other girl.
No, that was out in the open.
That was yeah. You're right. She was out in the open.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it a good movie?
It's the first time I watched a movie where it's like you watch a slavery movie, you're like, yeah, it's bad. But
Yeah.
this was the first time where you're like, it's actual characters.
Like bad as in good? Like, that's bad.
No, not bad as in good. If you were confused,
It's heartbreaking,
Okay.
definitely, but I thought it was
but when
fucking
you see there's
awesome.
actual characters.
so
Like,
well done.
Yeah, there was like
Right. That's one I really want to check out.
I like
That's on
that
the top of my list.
It's a good one.
Seems really good.
Would you say that's because you're black?
Yeah,
would
I
you
would
say that all happened.
I'd say part of it is. I would say there's a percentage that I would
You think
definitely
it's
say.
pretty close to the truth, like all the stuff. that-
Slavery?
No, just the way things.
I don't know.
You're a slavery denier.
Yeah, it's not like we're giving a slavery text when we're born. We gotta memorize. Yeah, I'm slavery denier.
Well,
No,
you-
what do you mean, like close to what?
Well, like I mean, like, do you think it's probably as pretty accurate to the things that were actually happening in that time?
It's a true story, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's based on the slave. When he got free, he wrote a book.
yeah.
And then called 12 Years a Slave,
Yeah.
and then they based it. I guess Brad Pitt found the book, and he pushed it to get the movie made.
Oh no way!
Yeah, the
Yeah.
books have been around for a long time.
That's
So,
amazing.
So they like interviewed all of his family that are like they found his lineage on CBC, and they were like interviewing them
Wow.
and stuff, and they were called like all. It was hilarious because they're like so Canadian and just underwhelmed with the whole thing. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's neat, that's cool." Like most people would be like, "Holy fuck, my great grandfather freed some slaves! Like
Yeah.
that's amazing." We're just like, "That is
That's really
It's because they're big
Wow.
racists now. They
probably
hate black people. Like, "Ah, that's neat.
that's why he left."
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't know we had one of those in our family.
they look at it like a bad thing.
I was doing a show last night, and I was doing my White History Month bit, and some guy started talking about how cotton. He said cotton, but it wasn't in racist. He was just talking about
His
wasn't
T-shirt.
no. It was he was talking about George Washington Carver, because I have a bit about George Washington Carver. He said George Washington Carver discovered peanuts in the cotton fields. That's what George Washington Carver's contribution. And some kid in the front, that's racist. I'm like, cotton's not racist. You can't just say cotton and go, that's racist.
Right.
I'm wearing cotton right now. Cotton isn't a racist thing.
It's the only racist when you make people pick it
That's exactly for free.
for free.
Because you can still pick it.
Yeah.
But you see the genius of that economy? Like, that's how America got rich. If America didn't have slavery, it wouldn't be where it is today.
Oh yeah.
There's no way, because you got free labor, and then they're picking cotton. You're making all this money. The South was like, "Fuck it, we should be the state. We should have the capital here," and that's where the Civil War came from.
Greed.
Yeah, from greed, and they're like, "No."
And that's how kind of what made slavery dissipate.
yeah, it was basically financial.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Is that they've kind of masked it now to go back and say that this huge civil war was to like free slaves and stuff, and like they've really made that a focal point in history because America's like really bad for almost making their historical like I don't know, so
we weren't that bad.
yeah, or being like they're like trying to make them into heroes and stuff.
Right.
So they're like,
that's what the winners do, right?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
probably for anything in
For
history,
anything.
unless you're like a passive Canadian. You're like, yeah, we made a lot of canoes and
Yeah, but
fucked around
we
down there.
Fucked up native people like you wouldn't believe.
Fucked
here.
around in Upper
I don't wanna
Canada
talk
for a
about
bit.
that.
We did. Yeah, you're Canadian. I don't remember
If
any.
you watch any Canadian history thing, it's always just a bunch of fucking people in canoes all the goddamn time. People just rowing in canoes, just fucking drinking and rowing in canoes. That's it.
It's still today. That's
Yeah.
not even historic.
Yeah, we're still
and then they
doing
invented
that.
basketball along the way. They got out of the canoe long enough to invent basketball.
Weird. That's where the Harlem Globetrotters came from.
Which put some holes in that peach basket and spin it around your head.
So, like, yeah, the American Civil War between the North and the South was actually more,
Financial.
yeah, more about finances and more about power than it
Yeah,
was
but
about slavery.
explain that to me though. Like, what do you mean? So it was like, what, like
The
once
South was
the-
making most of the money.
Okay.
The South
With
was-
slaves.
and they said, well, they were going to secede from the Union, and then if they didn't get the White House, the capital, to be in the South, they wanted all the power to be in the South.
Yeah.
And so the North was like, you can't secede from the Union, and then this is where.
And they went to war. So how's that break up the slaves though? Like, how's like
once you
stop?
get rid of slavery, the South isn't, the money's evenly
But
distributed.
who wanted the slave? The North wanted to stop slavery in the South to fuck them up?
Yes.
Only to cripple their
Economy.
economy,
Yeah.
yeah.
So is that what happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
So how did they do? Just went to war, and then the slaves going, oh, I gotta leave.
Because
Yeah,
they
the
just
North won, and then, yeah.
North won.
They just
Yeah.
replaced slavery with Jim Crow. So it's like now it's like what prisons are, right? Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about after too. So they replaced so what happens, like, say you're in you're loitering. You spend like a lifetime in prison for loitering. So it was like and you work for free for the prison.
right.
And a lot of those slaves with no education, no family, nowhere to go, had no other opportunities because racism was still really prevalent other than to stay at the same plantation and work for ridiculously low wages anyway.
Yeah, it was what's
So
it called?
they-
Crop sharing. They
Yeah.
did crop sharing.
Oh, so they were definitely more fucked though.
It's like
than before. They were like were they better off after they weren't?
you're just
slaves?
put
Yeah,
in debt. Yeah, they're probably in a worse situation because you're put in debt. You owe this amount of money. You can never pay it back. But you have to work
who
the
owes
land.
money?
Like they give you a piece of land, right? This is what they did.
They gave a piece of land to black
This-
people.
yes,
Okay.
and then you have to work that land. It's crop sharing. You work that land to pay back your debt,
Oh.
but you never pay back the debt. That's what they used to do with serfs and like
In feudal states.
Yeah.
So
the
it took
feudal
like
states.
what would you say? It took like 100 years after slavery was done before things got okay for black
It's
people.
still changing, but okay. I guess they got the vote. What 100? Slavery was done 140 years ago, and so they got the vote in the 60s, 50s or 60s.
I think it was 50s, but that's when it really started to change. Like there was still like institutionalized racism.
Yeah.
So like even though technically it was like, oh, we don't have slaves anymore, everyone was still racist, and there were still like separate buses, separate schools, and like all the separate shit for black people up until
Right.
like the civil rights movement, which was very recent, and
What-
that's when.
How long till they were like? Would you say financially were able to like work where they were like doing okay?
Some of them were doing okay in like the 40s and the 50s and stuff. There were like, but not the majority.
Well, there's people that like they like most like there's people
So
in
what year-
the 1910s and 1920s that are making money, and there's
19
people like after that. There's
It's
people that
ma-
own
what
year-
stuff.
Making
what
dat
year?
money.
Yeah.
Okay, what year?
Making that money.
1940. What year?
You can't.
No, I'm asking what year did slavery end?
I couldn't tell you, but 140 years ago.
Yeah, somewhere around there. I don't
From
know.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slavery only ended 140 years ago.
About that, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I didn't fucking know that.
Yeah, it wasn't
like
that long.
1800s, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mid 1800s.
Yeah, late 1800s.
Late
Yeah.
1800s.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, it wasn't really that long ago.
No.
It's
I,
kind of
in
crazy.
my mind, it just seemed like it was fucking forever.
Well, 12
Yeah.
years a slave, the guy was a freed man. He was sold into slavery.
And
he
you got
was free.
scammed
Yeah, he got
into
scammed.
the system.
Right. Into
Mm-hmm.
this. Yeah.
That's not, at that point there were slaves and there were still non-slaves.
Yeah. Well, like you guys are saying how America likes to cover it, but every country does that. Like, there's black samurais, and Japan just fucking wiped that information off the map. They just like cover it up. That's what countries do. Look how terrible Genghis Khan was. Like just fucking wiping out nations and people.
Yeah.
It just happens all over the place.
And how many years was it? 535 years?
Couldn't tell you.
31?
Of slavery?
Yeah, how many years it was?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure we could find out.
Yeah, we do.
I
Have
know-
the internet.
I know it's like 500 something
Yeah.
of years. But there's this girl one time. I was in the car with we'll say it's 535.
Okay. All right.
We'll just say,
Yeah.
okay, because I can't remember now. But she was I was like being a wingman for Rouse. And Rouse was in the back seat of my car at the time. This is like 10 years ago, I guess now.
Is this gonna be bad? Am I gonna be?
I
mad?
think it's good.
Okay.
246 years.
What?
That's it.
No. That's all it was?
That's
Well,
a
no,
long
it's
time.
a long time. It's like I was like way off. I doubled it.
I always say 300.
Okay,
That's a safe
okay,
number.
246. Okay, we'll say that
Yeah.
then.
Well,
Well,
that's-
I'll put that into story because I didn't say that at the time because I
Okay.
thought it was 500.
Say 500.
Okay,
Go with the story.
all right. So this chick's in the front seat of my car.
Yeah.
and I'm just kind of like being a wingman. We're going to a bar, and Jay's in the back trying to work it with this chick that it's just a slag that she's trying to fuck, right?
Beautiful.
And
Romantic.
Yeah, it's very.
so I'm just being like, the chick I'm with is kind of cute too, but like I don't whatever, right? I'm just driving, and she goes,
Yeah.
I swear to God, and this is one of the weirdest things I ever experienced because it was out of nowhere. She goes, out of nowhere, she goes, I hate, and she used the N-word.
Oh, God.
out of nowhere.
Just nowhere. We're
No
just driving.
context?
Nah, not yeah.
Was she
I-
like testing you, test the waters, see how racist he is?
Yeah.
Jump right in.
I hate the N-word.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm like, looked at her, and I
See,
looked
I
at
love
her.
him.
No, I go like this. Like, I look at the rearview mirror for a second,
Yeah.
and I see Jay. It's like, he's like just like I don't know, just keep going.
Yeah,
like
go with it.
I'm just trying to get laid here, like right.
Yeah.
And I look and I go. So right after she says that, I go, yeah, but what about those fucking Jews?
Is that what you said?
Yeah, back. And then she says, well, and they smell too. And I go, I know. And I go, yeah, maybe it might have something to do with the 535 years of slavery they went through. That sometimes creates a bit of a stench.
What did she say?
And she didn't say that. She was like, and then she could tell like, oh, I shouldn't have said what I said. And then Jay started hammering on her about, which that was awesome because he just like at that point he didn't care if he was going to get laid either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like started telling her how she's going to get gang raped by like 20 black cocks and she was going to love it and stuff like that.
And she said, shut up.
Yeah, I was just I don't
She
know.
must have been like a real moron.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah,
was,
that's a real moron. Like I can understand. I don't understand, but I get racism, and I get people who like, or even like, if you have institutionalized racism, when you're trained to think a certain way, and it's automatic responses to stuff. I get that, but if you come out and say, "I hate N-word," like,
Yeah.
then you're
I
just,
think you can say it.
Oh,
You're allowed
I-
to
I-
say it.
I don't feel comfortable saying it. Isn't that weird?
I don't feel comfortable saying it.
saying it.
I don't feel comfortable
I
saying
don't
it.
say. Well, you guys should.
Unless I'm driving.
I don't feel comfortable hearing it and like a rap song.
I never understood people who. I remember there was a comment that was complaining that he can't say it. He's like, why can't white people say it? And it's like, we should start taking away our words like gazebo. And I was like, yeah, why would you want to?
Yeah.
What? Like gazebo.
Yeah. Gazebos, like we didn't call white people gazebos,
Gazebos.
when we owned them as farm animals.
There's not really
So that might be the
exactly.
difference,
But there's not many words that you that could hurt white people. Really, like what word is really cracker? Like
Dork.
Exactly.
Dork.
What did
hurts.
Mr. Jefferson say? Honky all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Honky.
honky.
I love that's a great word.
Yeah, that is actually. That's a cold ass honky.
Cold
I
ass.
I used to love that show.
I did too.
He's just like I love that. I love it when he got going. When he got wound. He was always getting wound up.
Yeah.
Was it Wheezy?
Yeah, Wheezy.
He's like, Wheezy. He's like, oh god. He's like,
When I was in grade 1, me and this girl used to play Jeffersons. She used to come over to my house. We used to play Jeffersons.
did you fuck her?
I was in grade 1.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear the beginning.
Yeah. When I was 18, I used to play Jeffersons with this retarded girl.
Fucker.
Yeah, of course.
And then there
She's
was
retarded.
a
She
there was
didn't see
a
it coming.
there was a couple that lived the floor upstairs from the Jefferson.
Yeah.
And they were like, it was a black woman and a white dude.
Yeah, she was
was
Lenny
interracial.
Kravitz's
Lenny Kravitz's
mother.
mom.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
she was married to a Jewish dude.
I used to love Kravitz, man.
Yeah, me too.
I still like him, but I used to love him.
Yeah,
man.
me too.
He just like I don't think he's got enough pain in his life because the music, like his stuff he puts out now is just kind
His
of
first like 5 or 6 albums are right up,
up to about
Circus.
5. He called it 5. He called it 5, didn't he?
Yes, that's right, up to 5. I remember I cut off at Circus. That was,
Was
right
that
before
af-
5.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but like that second album's amazing.
I've never
Oh,
sat
Mama
down and
Said?
listened to a full.
Fucking
Mama,
awesome.
Mama Said album.
Yeah,
that's,
the one
that's,
with- yeah.
that's his peak.
That's fucking awesome album.
The one after that was still good, like really good.
Yeah.
but like his best album to date is like it's like, and he just I think apparently the story was like he was married to the chick from Cosby,
Lisa Bonet.
Lisa Bonet, right? And they broke up, and I think they have a kid together. Maybe I don't know.
Probably. Yes, she was in X-Men, the last X-Men movie.
So,
played that
but
butterfly
Kravitz
chick.
was like fucking like I guess heartbroken over this breakup and wanted her back, and it's like basically that whole album's. It's really just the whole album was made for her.
The
to get-
first album's very Christian-y, but good. Like it's really good, but there's like a lot of Christian
Mr.
references.
Cab Drivers on that one.
Yeah, that's a
Remember that?
great
Yeah.
song.
Yeah. But yeah, the second album's fucking massive.
Yeah,
To this day, it's probably I would say it's my one in top 10 albums.
Which ones are you gonna go my way? Third. That was
Yeah,
a
it's gotta be
great
third.
song, man.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
He could, I still think he could still pull it out, like start fucking making wicked tunes again. He's just got to fucking.
I haven't listened to him in years.
He's got to pull his head out of his ass. And
Hole.
just- hole
Out
of his ass.
asshole. Out of his
Asshole.
Yeah.
He didn't he act, did he wasn't he like Marvin Gaye or something? Wasn't there a Marvin Gaye movie and he was going to act in it? Or
I
is
don't
that,
know. That sounds terrible if he was.
No, I heard he's like they're doing a
I know,
movie
but he's a
based on
horrible
Marvin
actor.
Gaye, and I think like Kravitz was going to play Marvin Gaye
I
maybe.
don't like these historical movies. Like they did. Have you seen Ali?
Yeah.
Ali was terrible.
Who's Will
Will
Smith.
Smith.
Yeah, I didn't mind that.
Go
Yeah, I
watch
liked it
Rumble in
too.
the Jungle. Fucking way better.
Yeah, I still have to see that.
Wait,
I'll lend it to you.
is it a documentary?
Yeah, it's so fucking awesome.
I've seen the documentary, but I liked all. I didn't mind Ali.
I didn't like. It was all over the place. It just covered too much.
It had to though. He had so much.
What are you gonna do, man?
That's
Make
what I'm
a
saying.
4-hour
Rumble,
movie.
Rumble in the Jungle is amazing. It focused on that situation.
Have you seen When We Were Kings?
Yeah. Which one is that about?
That's about Ali and when he goes to Africa.
Isn't that Rumble in the Jungle?
There's they're two different
Okay. I
documentaries.
didn't say When We Were Kings. I didn't see that one.
It's pretty good.
Okay. I should see that one.
I just took a halt to the conversation,
Very
but
much so. Screechingly.
Damn you! All right, so we still talking about Oscars? What do we?
No,
doing?
we do whatever you guys want.
you want to talk about prisons? That's
Yeah,
interesting,
well,
right?
a judge just got busted for taking brides from prisons for sentencing youth in the States. He's going to do 26 years now.
Wait, so
What did he do?
He was taking brides from prisons, private prison, right? For giving longer sentences to, yeah, because the prisons
shit.
get paid the longer prison. That's why because when Pat and Mace talk about death penalties, I want to bring this up to say like that's how corrupt is that system?
Holy fuck!
Just got 26 years.
He got 26 years.
good.
Yeah,
That's
He had a social responsibility that he completely fucked off on.
So wait,
that's
so,
one person. How many other
so
people are doing that shit?
a teen would come in.
Yeah, the prisons get paid based on how long someone stayed in prison. So it's Jim Crow laws, right? So based on how long you stay in prison, they get paid. They make money.
Yeah, they're making money because you're there.
Right.
Taxpayers' dollars are going to fund you being there,
Exactly.
and
If half the prison's empty, then they get they only get
It's
half
a
the
business.
money.
Exactly, yeah.
It's a business. They
Right,
gotta have
I got it.
customers.
once you privatize it, you put it in the hands of corporations
Right.
and stuff, and like businessmen instead of like government entities.
So
and
what?
stuff,
So what happens? So this guy's like taking bribes from individual prisons,
Yeah.
saying, "Can you give them longer
Give
sentences?"
him longer sentences. Give him
That
the harshest.
teens.
Yeah, give him the harshest. Because he was doing youth crime, but I mean, it's gonna happen all over, right?
Yeah. So
Like the kid that got off affluenza because he was rich, he got off for murdering all those people when he got drunk, right?
Well, I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah, well, yes.
that situation, that's fucking crazy,
It's-
man.
The whole thing is crazy. It's like that's why death penalty is a horrible idea because you're not getting the fair assessment. You're getting like
Yeah, with that, I believe peasants are the only ones that should be executed.
So
that too.
So how
Peasants
do-
and dogs
how does this?
together as one?
yeah.
So how does he get caught?
I don't know.
You don't know about that
I don't know
stuff.
how he got caught. I guess someone was like they figured some shit out, or someone didn't get paid that was bribed regularly and said "fuck this motherfucker." Some shit like that happened.
So-
someone that knew.
So wouldn't the
It's
jails
like-
also someone in the jails like running these jails? Wouldn't they be up for criminal charges on themselves?
Nah, this corporations, man.
And then okay, but this guy goes. So he's found guilty doing this,
Yeah.
right? So like someone like a kid would come in. It's like he like say the sentence should be like a year, like but he's like you get 5 years or something like that
Yeah.
or whatever. Give
Give
him
him the
max
maximum.
every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So this dude's gonna go to jail now for
26
26
years.
26.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's like that cable company. What's not AOL, Time Warner, but the other one. They're merging. Comcast. They're merging right with AOL, so they're gonna be in a third of all American homes.
How much money?
And
It's like Bell here.
Yes, and what happened is well, the guy that's on the board or the guy that put the merger together is brothers with a senator who was like approved the merger. So
course.
it's like it's so fucking corrupt. And now that the merger's coming through, they're like, we can't guarantee if your bills are gonna go up or not.
I was watching a documentary about this the Irish mob in South Boston.
Yeah.
And they were saying that like they could get away with so much stuff because the guy said, I'm not going to tell you who was on the payroll, but you'd be surprised at who we had on our payroll.
Yeah.
So when the FBI would have new information, we knew about it before they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for the most part. So he was saying that like even people in the FBI were like,
Well, their government's set up for that, right? It's set up to have you can bribe people.
right. And I mean,
It's
like,
legal.
yeah, because of like lobbying and
You're
stuff
right.
like that, like how much legal bribes actually take place.
Yeah, exactly.
How
Lots.
much money does someone need? Like, there's bribes and there's bribes. I mean, like, if you're bribed, it's like, listen, I'll give you money to give these kids longer sentences. That's
Well, if
like
you-
that's like I wouldn't like I'm not comfortable with
The
that.
president
Yeah.
makes what, 300,000 a year? Of course, he's taking bribes
300,000.
a year.
That's amazing money, though.
Yeah, for you, but when you're the president, that's shit money.
The most stressful job in the world.
Ever. That's
My
the
God,
shittiest
give
money
me,
on the
give me a
planet.
year. I'll straighten everything out. Don't kid yourself. It'd be easy.
That's
Hey, everybody, stop killing everybody.
Hey,
Okay.
prostitution
I'll
and
see
weed are legal.
you. Yeah, yeah, prostitution,
That's all
weed.
that matters.
And,
space.
I go see Sandra Bullock.
I'm filming Gravity too. Peace.
Gravity ducks.
Deuce
Bitches.
deuce.
Bitches. But look at our doctors. Doctors get bribed by pharmaceutical companies to push their pills on people.
Uh-huh.
We live in a fucked up.
Well, I was saying a conversation. Izzy's not here this week, but he's got like some type of Crohn's,
I think the only type.
where there's lower bowel Crohn's
Oh,
disease.
is there other ones?
I don't know. I guess there's a higher. I don't know. But
I'm
he's-
not sure either, but yeah, he's got. Crohn's,
I'm not a doctor.
I know
some sort of
Crohn's.
or a
That's why I thought
scientist,
it was
so
all
I don't know.
Crohn's.
But I gave him. I told him. I talked to a buddy of mine that works at a nutrition house, and he said, "Oh, tell him to take probiotics, like 50 billion whatever probiotics." So I just bought it for him, and he tried it, and he said it was like 9 day, like for him. Like
I'm
how-
shocked
really?
you never tried it before.
Yeah, but I said so. That's my point. I asked him. I said, "Did your doctor ever try prob?" It's like, no. This prescribed me this medication
Huh.
that's like $90.
And it's not doing much.
It's not doing much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he went from like, I don't care, fuck you, Izzy. I'm telling him he has like 7 shits a day or something. So he started taking probiotics.
7 shits a day, Izzy. That's his wrestling name.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know
But he
that.
started taking probiotics, and he went from 7 shits a day to 2.
7 shits a day. Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, in the brown tights, 7 shits a day.
Izzy, Camiso.
He just constantly shitting all day.
That's what I'm
Every
saying.
day.
7
This
shits a
asshole must
day.
have been so sore.
It's like as soon as you were, it's a job. 7
Yeah.
shits a day.
We're not solid
You get
shits.
questioned if you worked in an office and took 7 shits during your work.
It's true. They'd be like, "What is this guy doing? Pack your things. I gotta go to the washroom." Okay, can I use the washroom first? It's like a breakup.
It's over. But before I leave,
Can I use your toilet?
again.
He just breaks the porcelain like 7 shits a day for 5 days a week for a year.
years.
That's fucked.
For years,
dude.
not a year.
You just scraped all the porcelain off that toilet.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get pussy one night. He was hanging out with a Pat and whatever, and but he kept having to run to the bathroom, and he lost the chick. Dude, like the chick was into him, and another guy scooped in there because he kept having to fucking hug the toilet with his asshole.
He needs a diaper. That's what he needs.
Oh yeah, or a tube.
Or some,
I would just
so
I would hook
fucking
up
funny.
because I think it's mostly liquid, right?
yeah, because he
Yeah.
drinks like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but I would put
Yeah.
the tube into my asshole and just rub the tube down to my leg.
Yeah, ladies would love that. And it just runs out. Remember that Tim and Eric sketch, the poop tube?
I never saw
It
that.
was like this. It was like a knapsack and this tube that goes over your head, and it's like I'm pooing like. An
Oh,
adult,
that's
and it
hilarious.
shits into the toilet. In the
Oh,
urinal.
that's so good.
He's just leaning forward, and it's like guys are shitting in the. They're like in the park shitting in waste baskets. Look, I'm shitting like an adult. And then they have one of the kids, but it was like running down their face.
Those guys are too much, man.
That was fucking
Those
hilarious.
guys are kings, man.
It was so fun. The poop tube. Dude, it was just like this tube, and they're like,
So doctors are corrupt is the point there.
Yeah.
yes.
And
Is
he shit seven
times a day. Jesus Christ. And he works
What are
at
you
a
gonna
cleaning
do?
Factory too.
he has that story about him passing out while he was shitting. He was shitting so hard that he passed out and hit his head open on the bathroom wall. I'm so jealous of that story.
That is awesome.
It's so funny.
And then so they had to come in and wipe his ass.
You know
and
what
take him to the
shit
hospital?
story I love is the one where you talk about on stage
The
where like the guy just cleaned the
Oh,
bathroom
the
or something.
Oh, yeah,
Woolworth.
when I shit all over the place in Zayres.
So what happened? You shit.
I
You went. What happened? You went down. To sit, was something wrong with the toilet seat or something? What happened?
the rivets on the toilet seat were busted off.
Right?
no
So you-
idea. But I was like, I was really fat back then,
And you had you had diarrhea or something.
I had super bad diarrhea where I was like, as soon as my pants came down, I was like shitting.
Already.
Oh wow.
It was like I just made
you
it.
had no muscle control.
But my thought process was, like, I was beating sweat. I hit the toilet seat and I was like, I made it. There was this brief second where I was like, I made it. And then
Right.
I just surfed off to the right side because I hit it with too much vigor. And then I just started, I shit all over the floor.
Were you just wait a second? Were you just like it was that moment of I'm here?
You were doing the
this is
twist.
it.
You're doing
Yeah.
the twist.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just, you're
yeah.
on the ground on the side like this.
Yeah, I like surfed off and I was still shitting. And then people often ask me when I tell this on stage, they're like, but you were wearing your pants. Didn't your pants get covered? Yeah, they did. I'm not saying they didn't. I was covered in
I
shit.
didn't want to talk about that part.
Exactly.
so did you just slide your ass back over? Like, did you move the seat, or it was like all out by that point?
No, I took the seat with me onto the floor.
Or you went right onto the floor.
I went
Oh, I
onto
thought
the
you like
floor.
slid to the side and came back over.
No, dude,
So
I,
you went
like-
right off.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
like the,
You're sitting and shitting on the floor.
Yes.
On a seat still.
so it's just
yeah, it's on the toilet seat, but it's on the floor.
You're like a dirt bike that gets hit in the ground. And it's just like it's still wheels are spinning and it's
Yeah,
dirt.
exactly.
So now, at that point, so you're just kind of, your ass is covered in shit. You're probably the bottom
Back
of
of
your
my
jeans
pants,
start
yeah.
covering shit. So at what
Uh.
point do you, I'm curious, do you even try
Don't
to,
ask me.
You-
That's
do-
not a slavery question.
this involves white people. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you're going to have to say this one.
It also does involve public bathrooms, though. So
Yeah,
you,
true.
you can join if you want.
Oh yes, I am part of this. I love public bathrooms.
So do you try to clean your ass?
Yeah, I
with toilet
tried to
paper?
clean my ass. I tried to wipe the shit off the back of my shirt, off the back of my jeans. I wiped everything off myself with toilet paper, but I didn't have a fucking pressure washer, so I couldn't clean the rest of the bathroom.
Oh, that's
Well,
disgusting.
but you did you try to wipe your jeans down or
yeah, I
something?
tried to. They had
Like,
like
while they were on, kind of like behind you, or did you take them off?
no, I still had them on.
Okay.
And then I tried to wipe them off. Like I cleaned myself off first, and then put my clothes back on normally, and then tried to wipe it. And you know when you like wipe something wet with toilet paper, how it goes to those little like
Yeah.
those little white like
It just
build up on whatever.
balls
So
up,
I
yeah.
had brown stains on the back of my jeans and shirt with that white little build up.
So then,
Yeah, I tried to wipe it off.
then you're like, okay, I gotta go back to the world, right?
yeah,
This is the best I can do. Like for you, regardless of the mess you just made,
yeah,
you open the door, the little door.
yeah. The door into the bathroom,
Right.
and I left the mess on the floor. I picked the toilet seat.
No, it
up.
wasn't a single bathroom. It was it?
Yeah.
It was. Oh, so
Oh, it
you
was a
weren't. There
handicap
was no
bathroom?
stall. You weren't in
Yeah.
a stall.
No.
Just
Just
a handicap bathroom.
yeah.
Okay, so now you're just opening.
So wait a second.
Like,
At
it
least
makes sense.
there is a justification if that happens in there.
Yeah, but not if he saw you. Like, because what I didn't say here is that when I went into the bathroom, he's in there cleaning the mirror. And then I'm like, hey, can I go to the washroom really quick? And he's like, yeah. And just walks out.
Pee.
Yeah. You can piss.
You
Like
can
a-
pee. That's fine.
Like, but if a fat kid walks up with a perm and a beating red face, you know he's got a shit.
Sweat dripping down his forehead.
He probably knew I had to shit. It wasn't hard to tell at that point.
That's horrible.
And then he was just waiting outside for me. So when I opened it, and I could, because of that, like I went to all this shit, I completely forgot that he was out there. I was so involved in my own
Is this a 10-minute
world.
ordeal in the bathroom? What'd you say?
10 minutes?
15, 10?
Got to be less than 10, I'd say. Probably 7 altogether. I mean, I shit and then hit the floor, and that pumped everything out of me super fast. So when I hit the floor, it was like, you know when you bang a ketchup bottle to get everything from the bottom or everything to the bottom? That happened to me. So I insta shit everywhere all over the floor.
You know what it is? It's so panicking. It's like the Bourne Identity. It's like I'm watching a movie where this guy's trapped in the situation.
There's no way out.
It's just dramatic music because in your head, it's the worst thing could possibly happen to you.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So
It's so funny. You're shitting yourself.
okay, so now it's go time.
I got to leave the bathroom.
Right.
And I did pick up the toilet seat and placed it back on the toilet.
Okay.
But there was
Just
still,
in case. Cover up your evidence.
it's like act casual.
What are you, like Burning Man? Make it look like no one was here.
So you open now, but you're still forgotten about him.
Yeah.
You put the seat back up. Your hands are clean.
Dude, when I opened the door and saw him there, my heart just like jumped into my throat. I was so nervous.
He looked right at you, eye to eye.
We made eye contact, and I went bright red in the face. It was the most embarrassing moment of my life. I turned and I just fucking ran. I didn't know what else to do. So
No,
I
but you walk
literally-
out, and he's walking right in right away.
No. He was leaning against so there was like this corridor, and he's leaning against the other side over here.
Mm-hmm.
And I open the door, and I walk out. I look at him.
Like a ghost.
I ran.
Were you wheezing?
So wait, you run.
Oh yeah.
And then
He's like, I think that pig just shit all over the place.
so wait. So you run. You start to run, but he's not thinking about why you're running. He's going back to work.
Yeah.
He goes in. Did you hear anything?
I
He
hear.
must have been like, he must have done something. There's no way.
No,
he's
but
like,
you probably
well.
you probably walked a few steps, and as soon as he can see you, kind of bolted, right?
Well, I saw him as soon as I opened the door.
Okay.
He's right there.
Okay.
He's right there.
He ran.
He's like, yeah, but he's like 4 feet away from the door.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, about 4 feet away from the door.
Okay, so
From
he's
his
ready to go
field-
back to work.
Yeah, from his field of vision though, the door he couldn't see inside because the door was like this, covering where the toilet was. So he couldn't see that I had done this. So
Right.
from his perspective, this fat kid just made eye contact with him and then bolted.
For whatever reason, he goes in.
And then he screams, and this is
How-
not funny to me at the time. I was so scared that they were going to call the police or something. I didn't know
make
what
you clean it up.
Make me clean it up, which would be even worse. He screams, "What the fuck!" super loud. I heard it as I was running away, and it was the fucking.
What mall were you in? Do you know?
I wasn't in a mall. I was in Zayre's in Simcoe. So if this guy,
I hope this guy hears this
happened to-
podcast.
We'll probably get sponsorship from Zares and Simcoe.
yeah,
That
exactly.
motherfucker. I knew it.
It's not enough, Mr. Clean.
Yeah, and yeah, I guarantee to this day he still tells that story.
That's
Maybe
fucking
not.
hilarious.
I don't know.
He must. As soon as he saw you run, he's like, "All right, something's wrong with this bathroom. Something's fucked up in this bathroom."
I got a job. Was one summer I was putting tiles down.
Yeah.
In that new school that's downtown that's like right beside the Amity off of Ferguson. It's around that area. I don't know if you know it. It's
No, I don't know it.
it's only like 2 or 3 years old now.
Okay.
It's a brand new school. So my brother's godfather, he got the contract for to put the tiles down. So
Yeah.
I was putting tiles in. I was putting tiles into each class. So I don't know if you know this. These new schools, they put a sink in every classroom now.
I
You
didn't
know
know
that?
that.
So, but this school, the washrooms weren't hooked up in it yet. So every time I had to go to piss, I would be on the 3rd floor, so far away, in the school, like putting tiles down, working for hours, trying to, right? And I have to piss, and I'm like, I'd have to go down 3 flights of stairs, go outside to this fucking porta potty to take a piss.
Yeah.
After a while, I started getting sick of it. So, because I was by myself, I was the only one in the classroom. There's no one else in the school. I started pissing in water bottles. But I didn't, at first, I started throwing them and just put the lid on, threw them in a garbage somewhere. I see a garbage can. But then I thought it'd be funny, like, because all the sinks weren't like they weren't hooked up yet. The sinks were put in, but they were underneath the pipes weren't hooked up.
Oh, they weren't connected.
They weren't connected.
Yeah,
None of them. There's like
so they just drop out somewhere.
well, there's like the sink was the pipe that went down, but
Yeah.
the wiggling pipe wasn't hooked up yet.
Yeah.
You know,
So it's just like the pipe, and then it's just open.
it's open.
Yeah.
There's been a plumber had to come in and hook up all the water pipes,
Yeah.
right, for these sinks. And there was one in every classroom. So I thought it'd be hilarious. So every time I pissed in a water bottle, I put it right beside because there was doors. I opened the doors. And I put the piss bottle right beside the sink. But I did it to every classroom in the whole school.
So what? So they would pour it in there?
No, so like every time the guy had to hook up the pipes, you'd see a piss bottle. Someone had to touch it. No, you don't like to touch a piss bottle if it's not
No,
yours.
I didn't
Or-
know.
No, that's gross.
yeah,
That is
even
gross.
though it's not covered, even though the pee's inside the
doesn't
bottle.
matter.
So I did this to every fucking classroom because I did every room. Right, I tiled the whole school.
Son of a
So there's some guy gets pumped about his contract
Yeah.
to work
Imagine-
in the same
I'm
school.
I'm not kidding you. It's like I don't know. There was like I'd say like I don't know. Let's say at least 50 classrooms a floor. There was
You
three,
were
four,
giggling
100
the
whole
whole
time.
time.
Oh, I couldn't wait to go.
You were
There was 100.
laughing the
I would say
whole
there was
time.
probably 150 sinks.
You were happy.
Holy shit.
You were crying.
You spend 3 hours. You spend 3 to 4 hours in a room doing the tiling because it's a long process. The job just
Were you by yourself?
yeah, always, most of the time.
Yeah.
But even if I wasn't, I'd bugger off to some area where there was no one
in a
around.
bottle?
I'd piss a bottle, come back. Even though it's the working zone, I'd still fucking figure it out how to put a bottle at the sink. Sometimes it would be 2 or 3 bottles per per sink. Like 100, I'd say 150 sinks.
Here's the twist. It was the same guy who works at Sears.
That's his life. Jesus Christ.
I always think about that when I drive by that school.
You're like,
That one guy, like think about it, like you're the plumber. It's like by the third, it's like oh fuck. Anyways,
Well,
third-
what makes that story great too is that it's not like he like it's like he does 10 and he's like, all right, 10. That's a little much, and then he's like does 10 more and there's like 10 more piss bottles.
Yeah.
And he does 156 and every single one of them.
that's a piss bottle.
yeah,
He's like,
he has to
What the fuck?
He has to
What
move
the fuck?
he has to move them.
I would have been
Because I put it right, but like the pipe that goes right down from the sink that
Yeah.
has no pipe hooked up to it yet,
You just put it right underneath it.
right beside it. I
Okay.
literally like it would be touching it. The bottle
So
would
he
be even
had to-
touch. He has to move this. I made it sure that he has to move this
At
bottle.
15, he figured
so
out a
amazing.
procedure to deal with it.
yeah,
At 15, he figured out a way to like.
He had a
without
special work
touching-
glove.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I got to work this into my work
Or he had
situation.
He had a kid working with him. He's like, go to every sink and see if there's a water bottle.
Grab the piss bottle.
But like, because the great part is like, how do you figure out who did it? Too like,
Yeah, exactly.
You're diabolical.
oh, that made me giggle.
I know you setting it up, laughing, and you laughed all day long.
I would drink more water just.
Just a piss more.
yeah.
Yeah, I can picture you howling, and you had no one to tell because you got to keep it to yourself. Were we the first people you told about that?
I've told other people that story. I've never told it on like podcast or
Okay.
nothing, or even on stage. No, I haven't told it anywhere.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
What do we have a?
There was a professor in Zurich. Is that Germany?
I think so. Switzerland, Zurich,
Switzerland?
Switzerland, Zurich. I don't know. We don't know shit.
There's a professor somewhere in the world. I think either Switzerland or Germany. And he was a business professor at this university, and I guess he finished a lecture and then all the students left, and like basically like when a prof gives a lecture, they have like the computer set up and then they have this like this projector hooked into the computer so you can see whatever's on their screen.
Yep.
And then he started watching porn and forgot to unhook the projector. He was watching Pornhub.
Switzerland.
Switzerland. So he was watching Pornhub, and then
What is the class over at this point though?
the class is empty at this point.
So is he in class?
He's in class.
by
And
himself.
so he knows it's on the big screen.
No,
He
I
doesn't.
don't think he knows it's
Okay.
on the big screen. And then he, I guess, students online, because you can watch the lectures online live, caught him doing it because all that popped up on their computer.
That's
So he ended up,
hilarious.
I guess he panicked, ran to the dean, told him what happened, and then ended up losing his job. But literally, when I read this article, my first thought is, I am so happy that comedians don't have projectors, or Manolis would lose his job so fast.
Just on the side of his house. If you had to project, that's how you stop people from jerking off. If you had to project what they were watching on the side of their house, on the front of their house.
There was a fucking I saw it online. I don't know where I found it, but it was this thing that like it was this search engine thing,
Yeah.
and it told you like in real time what people were looking up for like porn.
All right.
Some guy wrote this algorithm, so it's like in a bunch of different porn sites in real time. It tells you what porn people are looking up, like what they're typing into the
Jesus
thing.
Christ.
So what's the
fine.
problem?
I found a bunch of like I was on there for like 2 seconds and found like at least 8 like under 12 XXX child porn.
No.
Yeah, I found
With
like
who?
there was like
No.
a bunch of them. I don't know what site it was on. It just scrolls through and tells you what people are looking
So
at.
wait,
in real
wait.
time.
This guy had a program that could do this?
Yeah, I gotta find it. I'll like send
Well,
it.
couldn't
We'll put it
what,
up on
like,
the website.
If he saw 12, if you saw 12 people that went to something like that, would
It doesn't tell you who they are.
Yeah,
or
but it might
anything.
not be child porn, although I don't know.
It was
No.
child porn.
Was
they
it?
were looking at.
Why
child
wouldn't-
porn. It
why-
didn't show it on my computer? It just
can
says what
cops
they
use
look
that program?
I would imagine.
Think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like as long as you can find the person's like
Ugh.
ISP address that they're looking it up from.
I wouldn't be surprised if the child porn people are smart and hide their ISP address.
But like, think about how if this guy can pick that up on his algorithm,
What
how
is-
easy it must be for the cops to find it out too. Like, what
Yeah.
are they
is an
doing?
ISP address?
It's like
sorry.
I don't know exactly what it is. It's like
your address for your computer,
your
where it's coming,
computer,
where,
yeah.
where you're like.
You can bounce it though, so it looks like you're from in a different country.
yeah, that's
That's
what.
technically what you're doing with Netflix.
You can find out like
Yeah.
can find out like where I sent an email from.
Yeah.
Technically, but now you can bounce it. So
Yeah, you could say that. Like that's how people in China, because their internet's so censored,
Yeah.
that's how they'll like take IP addresses from America and make it look like they're logging on Facebook from America. Because
Yeah.
if you're in China, you can't technically have Facebook.
Wow.
You can't log on to Facebook
you
or
can't
something.
I can't have a daughter either.
I saw a
Daughter
thing.
or Facebook.
I saw-
that on my Facebook.
I saw a thing where on Facebook yesterday someone posted it was like a girl was bragging about how his dad just won $80,000.
Yeah, I saw that today. Yeah,
What happened?
he won a lawsuit, and then she started bragging on Facebook about how she's going on vacation. Those Facebook things, though, I don't know how true all.
I don't
those
know if
things
it's
are.
true or
Yeah.
not. I don't know if
And
it's
then
true
he
either.
lost a lawsuit, or it got overturned, or something like that.
Because the lawsuit he won the lawsuit was like discrimination of like,
Ageism.
ageism or whatever. So part of the lawsuit was like what do you call it? You can't talk about it.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
part of
what-
the agreement.
Part of the agreement is like it can't be discussed
Yeah.
to anybody.
Oh.
So she brags on the Facebook.
My dad's paying for my vacation.
vacation.
Thanks a lot, blah, whatever the school was.
and
my dad's-
Jesus.
gone, lost 80,000.
Yeah, I don't know how true these things are.
I don't know if
though.
it's true
Yeah.
either. It sounds true, but
Yeah.
it sounds like it could be made up.
Those Facebook things.
I don't understand, like why. But I mean, why would why would you make that lie up to post it? Like, what's the point?
I think people do it for like just the satisfaction or bragging rights of having
They're
something go
duping
viral.
Or
Yeah.
just okay.
They
Yeah.
get people to go to your website.
That though, that's your viral
You
thing that
go,
you want.
but you went to the website to read the article, right? And
Yeah.
they get hits on the website,
Right.
and then
Yeah, and
hits
then-
mean money. If you
That
can-
money.
That
Get that
money.
Yeah.
That's nominated for an Oscar. That money. Oh,
That
Wait.
money.
What do you keep saying that? Is that a movie?
No.
Oh no, we're just
Okay.
being idiots.
you're just joking.
The girl that we talked about last week, the real life
Barbie.
Barbie doll.
Yeah.
Barbie girl.
There's an
She
update
dead?
on her.
She
She will
did.
be soon, I think.
Wow.
Well, now
Right.
her big thing is that she wants to serve. She doesn't want to eat food
Oh God.
because Barbie doesn't eat food. Like, or if
She's
you remember,
mentally ill.
yeah, I think at this point,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I think at a few years ago, we probably
Yeah.
could have seen that. But
She doesn't want to eat food because Barbie doesn't eat food.
if you don't remember, last week we were talking about this girl who is getting hypnotherapy to become dumber because she wants to be more like Barbie.
Yes.
and now she doesn't want to eat food. She has a really thin waist that she got like tucked in through plastic surgery and stuff. It's already unnaturally thin. She's trying to get thinner, so she's decided she's going to survive off of air.
I like how you laughed first.
She didn't say that, did she?
Yeah.
He was a doctor.
I
that
sw-
she told it to because I want to survive off of air. How do you survive? Like
She wants to just air
that-
and sunlight.
she's an idiot.
Is that possible?
I don't
No.
think so.
No,
There's like this.
you can't turn air into energy.
There's
Well,
this
wait, put windmills in her stomach.
I guess so. You know what? Trumped.
there's this like thing. There's this group of people who believe that like standing outside for like
I've
a
heard about
certain
these
period
people.
of time, ray something. They're like ray savers or something
Yeah,
like
didn't
that.
a few of them die and shit like that?
God, I hope so.
Yeah, a few
That's
of them
just,
died.
That's just natural selection at
Yeah,
that point.
that is like go.
What was their theory? Like, just sunlight will keep them alive?
Yeah, they don't
Keep
need to
them-
eat.
Yeah, give them nutrients, the real nutrients that they need. So this girl's basically taking that idea and surviving off of air and
Like,
sunlight.
she's obviously going to die then.
But she's committing suicide.
Yeah. She's just crazy.
Yeah.
She already looks like she has plastic skin.
You know what the problem is? Is now someone in government will step in. Some law will step in. Once you're not consuming shit to kill yourself, then they'll go, okay, all right, this is
ridiculous.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can get all the plastic surgery and eat as much as you want, but as soon as you're not consuming shit, someone will step in and say something.
Right.
Someone will make some sort of stink.
Well, how fucked up is this girl from our culture that she's trying, like, it's like kind of a cool statement, I guess, that she's like making herself into like a doll.
But why is like I just don't understand how many other people aren't fucked up because of the culture.
Yeah, well, there's
Like
tons
we all
of a
made
case.
it through.
Yeah, there's tons of cases where girls
Yeah.
are just too anorexic, and like they're like, I saw this one on YouTube the other day. Like she was like, it was like just skin and bones, literally. You're like watching her walk. You're like, how are you not breaking apart?
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna go.
but yeah,
That's the word I would have chosen. Hilarious.
who knows what's going on?
Anorexia. Have you laughed lately? That's new.
What's going on in your brain? I don't know. Like this chick with the Barbie chick. I don't. What is going on with your fucking brain?
I don't know.
It's done.
Is it perfection? No, but it's to be.
It is for her. That's her eyes. Barbie's perfection.
Barbie's shitty.
She's kind of boring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's boring as dicks.
Yeah.
She got her eyes bigger, like they're she looks so fucking creepy at this point. Like she doesn't
That's
even
some-
look human.
I'm not opposed to the boob job, but besides that,
Oh, me neither.
She probably has a vagina job. She probably got that all spackled.
Yeah,
all
no, it's just
cemented.
smoothed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just buffer that down. Just get it all. Nothing.
but I'm more like amazed by just like because like certain surgeries. I'm sure there's got to be some doctors. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
It depends on the money.
Yeah, I guess it. And then you know what? That's what I think. That's what bothers me more.
What?
Like where is she coming up with this fucking cake?
Yeah, that's what I want to look into
I'd
it
say
more.
bank loans. That's what I'm saying. I say
Bank
loans.
loans?
But she also does that porno and shit. And she's
Yeah.
she's she's marketing herself well. I'd imagine all of this stuff is probably like a PR.
She's probably got like 2 mortgages. Yeah, it's all.
Yeah,
PR.
I like I said that last week. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if this air thing's just a fucking lie.
I didn't think about that until you said that last week, but that does make a lot of sense because she's saying like last week it was,
She's doing
I
it
want to be
weekly.
dumber, and now this week it's, I'm not going to eat,
And
and
then
it's like it's so outrageous that you can't help but be like, what the fuck?
Fuck
You
is
know?
wrong with you?
Yeah,
More
exactly.
hits, and it's especially like if it's getting like a lot of hits, the first one, like you just like, I guess it's like anything, like see how far long. we
Let's
can get.
continue this.
Yeah, we got to ride this out.
Yeah.
It's like American Idol,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'd love to talk to her though.
I don't know how it's like American Idol.
I think after 2 seasons, this enough's
Yeah,
enough.
we get it. We get it.
Well, yeah, it's like it's been like I think, American Idol is going to be around longer than like me.
I watched it like a bit of it the other day. It's not the same people.
Well, the judges always move around, but it's always like I just think it's the most amazing thing how the judges they try to make it seem like the judges like everything's so important. Like this is so like it's just karaoke.
It is just.
It's all karaoke that people can sing. That's
Yeah.
great. And like that's it. Like, and I don't know. For me, I like The Voice seems like an okay show at times. It seems a little bit more entertaining, but I don't know if I was a musician. I mean, Like you look at like I know it's cheesy artists usually that are the judges sometimes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but like can you imagine like I don't think you'd see like someone like Mick Jagger on The Voice.
Yeah, it does
know?
kind of delegitimize it because it seems like it's like, oh, you couldn't make. There's kind of that stigma like, oh, you couldn't make it on your own. You have to go through the game show. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
now it's like you can't. You're like it's getting that hard to make hits, dude.
Yeah,
Well, there was a time when comedy clubs would rely on that kind of. They would love that.
competition.
Yeah,
style.
competition stuff. With
There's
the
still that.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's still
It's
around.
not. It's not as popular as it was like 2 years ago. I think.
Yeah, but that's a different thing. I'm talking about being a judge. I've never judged. I can't do it.
I judged
Yeah,
this competition.
I know, but that's not. I'm talking.
It's
about,
pretty easy.
Yeah, but it's not like TV judging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
If
Like,
you
these
want to
guys-
crush someone's soul, it's actually pretty good. If you're in the mood to crush a young person's soul, that's
You want to feel like God for a
yeah
minute?
for a minute. It's actually
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Truth.
But yeah, I just like like I look at even Christine Aguilera or whatever. It's like she's on. I think
She's on
was
The
on The
Voice.
Voice.
Yeah.
She was on The Voice. I don't know if she still is, but it's like, hey, just fucking make music. Like your
Was she
dream.
on American Idol or no? Am I wrong? Too?
No, she's on The Voice. She's
Okay.
definitely on The Voice. But
Same
like-
with CeeLo.
yeah,
CeeLo Green.
is that the guy with
Yeah.
the giant glasses?
Yes.
Okay.
The giant midget.
Does he pet cats or something?
I don't know.
Okay.
Does he pet cats?
I always picture him like holding a cat, petting it while he judges.
I believe it.
But when you like imagine you work so hard as a comedian and you get to the point where you can just tour the world now. But you know what? I want to be on a TV show and judge people.
Yeah, like Stern.
Yeah, but those guys, they're making millions of dollars, like millions and millions. of
I
dollars.
still agree. How much do you need? Like,
I know. I'm with you.
if I'm financially stable, I'd rather. Like, how many times? Would you just like Stern? Would you say like Stern? Oh yeah, Howard Stern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he went on
American
to America's Got Talent. But man, when he signed his like Sirius XM deal, he made $500 million in 5 years. That was what his Sirius XM contract is, and he's treated like a god there. He has the full upper office of the New York Sirius XM building. He's literally like a god at Sirius XM.
Yeah.
They threw his birthday bash and aired it live like on their website, and like Jimmy Kimmel hosted it and stuff.
But he made that network, didn't he?
Sirius
But Jimmy-
XM, he
yeah.
didn't like you mean he made it as like a personality.
No, I mean like because it took over XM, right?
Sirius took over XM. He was with Sirius first. Though.
Yeah, he's the one that made that network what it is.
Yeah, but
yeah, he was
Isn't
like
it?
the popular.
But
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not. He's a radio guy. He's not making music. He's like it's for him. From him, it's okay. I think it's okay for him to be a judge.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
he's
okay.
that's what I
I see
think.
what you're saying.
I think he's
You
entertaining.
mean like someone that has?
I think like if you're like
sorry.
like if you're like Lou Reed was alive and I saw him, Lou Reed was going to be a judge on The Voice. I'd be like I'd be devastated.
Would you cry?
I would be a little part of my soul would die.
Oh,
Yeah.
like that?
Oh, dude, I'd be like, dude. Like, how many times have you, dude? What were you thinking?
Dude.
You know, how many times have you seen or heard the Beastie Boys songs in the commercials? I don't think it's ever happened.
I don't think so either.
There was one apparently somebody did a remake of a Beastie Boys on a commercial, and then they sued them.
Good.
They like made
Right?
it unauthorized. What's that party? Fight for your right,
Right
to
to
party.
Party.
Yeah. Somebody remade that.
Yeah, think about how much money they could have made off of that song
Yeah.
if
Oh
they
yeah.
wanted to just put it out there for
Yeah.
like
Definitely. Oh yeah.
things. They never did that.
Never
That-
fucked their audience over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. I know. That's just my thought on that. But what else we got on the fucking?
Looking at the docket. Jimmy Kimmel, Rob Ford,
Okay.
Professor Porn. He has written it. Professor Porn.
I think it's definitely interesting to think like there's that part of you like so you just be get a good job, be a fuck up though, and do a bunch of crack and
Yeah, I guess so.
then now you're the
It's
most
embarrassing for Toronto. I'd be so embarrassed.
But he's going. He's
I
doing
know,
it.
like an idiot. Like
Well,
an
he's
idiot.
So, but he's so he's
Uh-huh.
but he's so drunken by the fame.
Well, that's like the guy in the audience last night who just yelling out throughout the whole show. It's like, and everyone made the show about him. It's like, yeah, you're getting attention, but it's not good attention.
Yeah.
It's that, like, you're a mayor. You're a mayor. You're supposed to be above all this shit.
Yeah. You're supposed to
Ugh.
be smart enough to go, no, I can't.
Yeah.
I gotta think of Toronto. I'm gonna make them look silly if I go to this Jimmy.
He's like a correspondent on the red.
Yeah, he.
What a pathetic man.
It's
Him
Rob
going
Ford.
to Rob Ford, going
And it's
to,
so easy to see that. It's so easy to see that. Like, this is just for now, dude. You know,
Yeah.
so you think you're gonna be on the red carpet next year?
Yeah, exactly.
You're a clown. We're using you as a clown. You're letting us use you as a clown.
know.
And then we'll never talk about you again.
Yeah, and it's like, and you're there because you smoke crack.
Yeah,
You smoke crack, and
but
you're
I don't anymore. That's what he's probably
Keeps getting
saying.
busted in bars.
Yeah.
We're being drunk.
Yeah, but still, it's like that's what was one of the things. Like, I got to get off the liquor. He still has a drug and alcohol problem.
Right.
You can't get busted with a crack problem and go everything's fine and still be getting drunk like crazy. Do you understand? Like,
Right. Well, yeah.
he's substance abuse.
Alcohol also is the one that's going to make you do crack again.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
and that's what he blamed doing crack on in the
Right,
first
that's
place.
what he
Yeah.
blamed. And that's the thing is like, if you get busted with crack, you got to stay away from all that shit. You got to live a clean life.
Especially if your excuse is that you did crack because you were drunk.
Drunk, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they
like-
find you in bars all the time.
And like, it's not like he's a grown ass man. He can do what he wants. But
Yeah.
the thing is, and that's like one argument that a lot of people say. It's like, oh, Rob Ford can do whatever he wants. He's a grown ass man. But it's like, yeah, but the guy chose to be mayor.
Yeah.
And you know that you can't do whatever you want to be mayor.
He's
And I
representing-
didn't make him be mayor. He
Yeah.
fucking chose that.
He's representing a city.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's going to represent Toronto, not in a good light, dude.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
Undeniably, he's fucking funny.
Oh, fuck. But I don't even give him attention.
Yeah.
Because this is what happens when you give someone attention. They turn into this.
They turn into a monster.
They're going to make fun of him. They're going to treat him like shit.
I know. But that's kind of cool of him, I guess.
He's
to
gonna.
just-
He thinks he's Chris Farley. He's,
Yeah, he doesn't care about the attention. He doesn't care what type
He
of
lo-
attention.
and he doesn't. Yeah,
Yeah,
he,
he
doesn't
he
give a
loves
shit.
it. He
Yeah,
loves
he
it.
loves it.
Yeah.
He'll do something else to get more attention. He's going to keep this going.
Oh yeah,
He's
if-
like Barbie chick.
Yeah, it's gonna fade. I wouldn't be surprised like if he's thinking if I do crack again,
Oh,
Yeah.
you know.
Like
Yeah.
maybe as soon as and I could see him like as soon as he stops actually being mayor, I could see him doing something like either making like a joke run at prime minister or like trying to do like talks or like comedic
Yeah.
like talks around
I
universities or
I
something
see
like
him
that.
trying to get a TV show on some network.
I
He
can
already
see that,
tried to
too.
get
Yeah.
one in Canada.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something,
It was too
didn't
expensive.
Got canned after one
Because it was too expensive.
show.
It was too expensive for the network to run.
It was Sun News Network.
Yeah.
I watched it. I watched the first
What
show.
was it like?
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, of course.
It was like unintentionally hilarious.
Someone will give him a TV show. Someone will give
It'll
him.
be in the States.
Someone will give him something. Yeah, and I'm sure he's got some sort of deal working out in the States. Something's going
yeah.
on.
I would love to work on a Rob Ford reality TV show. That'd be
He
amazing.
already sold the rights to his movie.
Yeah.
Like, there's money. Like, everyone's making money off this guy, and he's making money, and he doesn't give a fuck if he's mayor again. He doesn't care.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna ride this out.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen, like the same way Charlie
Yeah.
Sheen did. Yeah,
Right.
it works. If people want to see a train wreck, you
What
might
an-
as well capitalize on it at this
What
point.
a pathetic
Yeah.
human being. Like, just a fame whore, pathetic human being.
Yeah,
What a pathetic. Like, you're a mayor.
He wants to be. He wants fame
He
more
wants
than.
to be famous.
He'd rather
more
be
than-
famous than be like known as a great mayor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wants to be important.
Yeah,
Yeah. What pathetic human being.
he's definitely interesting.
yeah. He's
Yeah, I'll give you
Like
that.
just like the want, the want and the greed of like being the center of attention for the like it's that's what I mean. It's like it's no different than like like you watch something like Jerry Springer, like you're gonna look like a loser if you're on that show.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you're like one of the real guests, like
Yeah.
a real made up one.
yeah.
But you also but it's like your desire to want to be the center of attention is so much stronger, like for that fame, that you go no, I'm not gonna look like a loser. I'm gonna be that one guy that's gonna be like, oh, you know what, he was
Very
right.
logical. He was
Yeah.
well spoken and logical.
Yeah.
And interesting point, sir.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known that was a tranny either.
And then he just end up, fuck you, I ain't the daddy. That's all they end up being.
Yeah.
Ripping the shirt off,
Yeah.
punching somebody.
Yeah. Why do you gotta rip your shirt off?
It always happens.
I would just
though.
love it for once that the bouncers just go, okay, guys, we're not gonna break it up this time.
Yeah, just let it go.
Let it go. Just let it go. That'd be fucking great.
The windmill punching.
Because they want when one of the guys is going for the other guy, but he knows that they're going to break up
Yeah.
break it up. So like these people aren't scrappers.
Yeah.
No.
So they're like kind of like you've seen in the past. Remember that fight we saw in Hess?
Yeah, lucky punches.
Yeah, the guy wanted to fight those two guys. That one guy wanted to fight the other guy,
Yeah.
but his buddy's like, no. But he's like, come on, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah.
But like in his head, you're going, Doug, please stop me.
Yeah.
He just wanted to look tough. That's
Yeah.
what, you know.
And you can't back out of it. You can't
Yeah.
be like, all right, let
Just-
me walk away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's like, he's just hoping his buddy keeps trying to, come on, man, we got to get out of here. This is enough.
It's a logic of it's like an 80s movie logic.
Yeah.
You don't have to actually be tougher. Just look crazier and they won't want to fight you.
Boogity boo. And then some guy grabbed him and just punched the shit out of him and he dropped.
He's like
Well,
knocked out,
Yeah.
snoring on the ground.
What happened? Someone started filming.
Yeah.
Another guy that wasn't even involved started filming it. So the guy that was trying to push hold his buddy from fighting.
Yeah.
He sees the guy filming. He stops pushing his butt, holding his buddy back. He goes, "Hey, stop filming us!" And he tries to smack the phone out of the guy's hand.
Yeah.
Then that guy that was holding the guy moved his hand, didn't hit it. But his buddy that was holding the video camera, his buddy walks up to that guy now and clocks him.
Jesus.
That's what happened.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah,
We saw while we were watching
Yeah.
right from it was on the
the
street
video
on Hess.
camera guy ended up fucked up too.
No,
Who
no,
was the
no.
guy that was like, oh
No,
man,
that was
he-
a totally different
He was
guy.
like, oh yeah. First we saw him, he was standing in front of us. He's like, yeah, and then he runs in. And then later he comes out. He's like, oh, he's all beaten up. His
He
bleeding.
goes. So the video. So I'm watching everything from like Che patio. It's all happening on the street. So
We were on the street.
you two were you and Pat and I went on and grabbed you and pulled you off the street. Remember that?
Yeah, it was exciting.
They a Hamilton moment. They thought they could just watch a fight.
Yeah,
Why don't
not
you
get
just watch
involved.
it?
Yeah,
And like
yeah. Like
Pamplona.
you watch a tornado. There was 30 people fighting. They thought they were going to stand on
It
the
went
edge.
up and down the street.
Holy shit.
That fight turned to 30 people.
Yeah,
on-
up and down, just people jumping in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at that point, people were just like fucking like people were punching other people. That there was no one angry like this guy. Like, oh, I'm gonna punch that guy now. And
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like.
Yeah, no one was actually angry at each other at that point. Like
Yeah.
there was like 75% of the people that were involved had nothing to do with.
But people
big-
got stomped. Like they were stomped in the middle of the street where cars couldn't move.
So this
Holy shit.
dude.
yeah.
So we're watching it from Che on the patio. It's all happening on Hess. So at one point, this one guy is in front of us, and he says, "This guy wasn't involved at all in the whole thing at all." And he says, "But I just beat the shit out of 3 guys, man." And it's like, and I think his friend's like, "Let's go, let's get out of here." He's like, "No, I'm going back in. It's fucking awesome." So he goes down the street by like half a block, and he was trying to fight this other guy, and that guy ends up punching him out. I'm
Yeah,
watching it,
yeah.
and like as soon as he said. I'm like, get the fuck, leave, dude,
Yeah,
leave.
yeah.
If you punch 3 guys,
You got
you're
lucky.
You're lucky. You're
Yeah.
ahead of the game. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out.
Yeah.
So he goes down the street.
Yeah, I remember how excited he
Yeah,
was.
yeah, he's so excited. He goes to the street. He's trying to fight this other guy. This other guy fucking knocks him down to the ground. He's down on the ground now.
in front of the cars.
He's like right on the corner of your street. Like
Yes.
he's like right where like in the middle of George and Hess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's right in the middle, right? So he goes, he's lying on the ground, and the original guy that got punched, the first guy that got punched because he tried to knock the guy's camera out of his hand,
Yeah.
that guy at that point was running down, because it's a hill, Hess is like a hill, so he's running down the Hess, trying to
Yeah.
find someone else to fight at this point, I guess, and sees that guy that he had nothing to do with him. These 2 people had nothing to do with each other. Saw him lying down.
Serendipity.
Saw him lying down there and fucking kicks his face like a football because he's
Yeah.
already got a momentum, and he goes, whoo, like trying to like fucking get a fucking touchdown, and
He did.
his fucking so his face was like
Yeah.
pa like that, like it's like his face. He's out cold.
Yeah, he's
out
lying down
cold.
for a while.
Yeah,
But then the next
3
time I see him, he's at first I'm all excited. and
3
then-
minutes later,
Yeah.
he's walking up the hill. Like
doesn't
doesn't even know where he is. He's walking 3 steps to the left, 3 steps to the right, 3 steps to the right, and his whole
I was
his
like,
whole
what
face
happened
is
to all your excitement?
his whole face is just
3 dudes.
his face is just covered in blood.
Yeah, just eyes shut.
That gives me joy that happened to him after he punched out 3 people for no
The
reason.
reason.
Fucking Hess is retarded.
That summer must have been like 9 or 10 fights, and I saw someone fall over the railing at Che and crack their head on the concrete.
Weren't we here for like a Christmas party. Like
Yes, that was Lisa's birthday.
it was very close to Christmas, right?
Yeah, around it might have been a Christmas party, and there was a fight out front.
Yeah, there was
Oh,
a fight
that was
right
bad,
out front of
too.
your house. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know what you're fighting
Yeah.
about.
It's just saying we live in a time too. It's like It's like if you're not personally involved, you can't get involved. You like if you try to break up two dudes, one of those two guys' friends will just will either stab you or punch you out.
Yeah, just
or
walk
try
away.
to.
Especially this area.
Yeah,
stay
you
the
just
fuck
can't
away.
do it. You can't. You just can't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
even if
just
you're like
fucking nuts
watching,
now.
Yeah.
even if you're around.
So yeah, that's what I mean. It was Pat and this fucking asshole.
We're just standing and watching.
They stand on the. They went on the street. They walked on the fucking street where everything's
It's
happening.
like a fire, though. You're
And
like,
if you act
"Oh."
excited, you become a target.
Well, when G20 happened, Lisa decided to go. Like, remember the first night when there were cop cars were burning on
Oh,
the
yeah.
street?
Right.
Lisa decides to go out and
Look.
go on down the street. It's just like,
No.
what are you doing?
No, you don't.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
She's wandering down the street. I remember there's a homeless fight out here, and she was going to step in the middle of it. I had to grab her and pull her back in.
Oh,
I'm like, they got nothing to lose, the homeless.
Yeah, exactly. They'll bite you. They'll give you rabies. They don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I grabbed-
going to jail is an improvement on
Yeah.
their life. It's a shelter and
yeah.
food.
I grabbed him and Pat
Yeah.
from behind their shirts. Like
I was
I put my hands in their shirts and started walking backwards.
I was a little upset. I was like, "What are you doing?" Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Fight.
But I mean, you're not even really safe in the bars either. There's like other people in the bars trying to. I've had so many people try to fight me at
Here?
Hess. Yeah.
I don't like it.
For no, like pretty much every time I've went out to have fun and drink, and I don't get violent when I drink. I've had a person try to fight me every single time. I have no idea why.
Because it's fun. 'Cause they're having a good time.
I think because they think they can win. So they're like, that'll be easy.
I need to pick my soul up. Him. I'll beat him up and feel good about myself.
Punch the mopey guy. That'll help.
The guy that looks so depressed. The guy that just shit up his airs.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, for the most part, it's if you keep your eyes open, it's easy to.
Why are they fighting so much, though?
I don't know. I think people are just mad. I think people are just angry about other
Broken,
things.
mad?
Broke and mad, and just sometimes
Yeah.
it's just easy. Like maybe a lot of times, some guys like maybe he just got cheated on by his girlfriend, or he's like he doesn't like his job, or he's just
30 people, though?
Look how everybody drives now. Everybody's up your ass all the time,
There's
no
a
matter where you are.
96-car
Yeah, I
pile
know.
up in Barrie.
And Barry.
Yeah.
on the
So it's
400.
a white. I drove last night from Vaughan to here,
Yeah.
and it was like that snowstorm kind
That's
of
what we were doing, too.
right.
From Richmond Hill.
So the roads are fucking horrible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Horrible. And I'm doing like 60, and when it was like there was like the snow was kind of broken in, I could get up to about 80 or 90, and I felt okay.
Yeah.
But most of the time I was doing 60 to 70 all the way home.
Yeah.
And people were doing 120, 140 down the road, like all over the place.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, people are like, fuck. Like, I don't have time for you, snow, is basically what they're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
this one guy lose control in front of me and kind of hit another car and he
Ugh.
got flipped to the side, but he was okay, but he fucked up his car. And I'm like, I was like,
What an idiot.
yeah.
Because
just
you could, at 60, you could spin the fuck
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've been on there with like at doing 40, and we spun out.
I just
You
think
spin
peop-
out
I just
anytime.
think people are just angry. I'm not saying that I'm not also about things, but it's just I think people get too sucked in. Like, yeah.
I
30
think people are in their own world. I think people think they're important, and I think that's where the anger comes from.
That too, and there's like I heard Joe Rogan talk about something like how it's important to go to the gym and work out or something. It's like
Yeah.
that there's like you need to get this aggression out of you
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's just like dudes are that's kind of like a human nature for dudes
Yeah.
that they want to fucking
Yeah.
I'll be a lot calmer now that I've been going to the gym for a couple months. Like, I'll be a lot like more mellow throughout
Yeah.
the day. But I'll notice if I take a couple days off of the gym, I'll start to get really
Antsy.
irritated and irritable.
It's therapy, definitely. The gym is definitely therapy or any kind of exercise. There's just even masturbation and just drain your balls is
Drain
important
your
too.
balls out.
It's like the gym almost feels like I don't know. I've never really meditated a lot, but it feels like to me like some sort of meditation. Like when you leave, it's just like everything's so calm. When you're there, the only thing you're worried about is your workout.
Yeah, you focus, and
Yeah.
then you're
Feels
getting
great.
all that shit out.
feels
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
I
It
just
feels
think-
awesome.
It does.
I think fighting's just for me. It's like I'm definitely not opposed to it. I just think it's a last resort.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of fighting.
Well, I
I'll
don't
do
like-
it if
I
I
don't
have to, but I'm
Too
not.
weak to do it. So
It's
just
not.
Well, I don't even think I can do it. I just think I will fight if it means I have to save myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
if I have two choices, either this guy's gonna beat the shit out of me, or I could try to beat the shit out of him too. Then I'll pick that. I'll just okay. If you're gonna hit me, I'm gonna try to hit you too.
You're not
Yeah.
curl up in a ball and let
No.
let whatever. Let it happen.
Just
Go
okay.
limp.
Oh
Go
no. I'll fucking. If someone hits me, I'm gonna.
Yeah, of
definitely-
course.
Look
Yeah.
at a couple headbutts and then they'll get punched out.
Do you think I should? I know someone that wants to punch me in the face. Should I let him punch me in the face?
You know somebody who wants to punch you in
Yeah.
like legitimately?
Yeah. Well, he said he wants to punch me in the face.
Oh wait. Has he made an appointment? What do you mean?
No, he should.
Well, I don't know. I don't think that's not your job to call him on it. If that's what you're asking me, I'm like, if he wants to. I mean, if he does that, then punch him back.
Okay.
I guess. I would just do it that way.
Or go
Okay.
limp.
I'd
That's
probably punch back.
Punch back?
Yeah.
Punch first.
That's a great idea. When you
Do
see
the Chicago sleeper. Just-
I always whenever we do some of these rooms, you can see there's old men that are ready to fight, but they're not. They don't have it in them anymore. But they're ready to like.
This is important. Like the
Yeah.
most important. I think the easiest thing for anybody to do, for me, I think is like just as soon as you can figure out what the situation is, just stay away from it. If it's like if you can feel someone's a bad person,
Yeah.
just stay away from that person.
Yeah.
Whatever the situation is. Buddy, I'll tell you something. I've probably been bumped in a bar, like in an aggressive, like guys just trying to start shit, at least 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just like I let my shoulder like go with them, and then like maybe I have a 2-step back thing because they do it really hard.
Yeah.
And I just let them go.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna like.
And they're disappointed.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
they'll because in my head like they'll find their asshole. They'll
Yeah.
find that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I saw actually happen that to me once. The best situation that actually happened to me. I was at Henry Rollins show, and that guy bumped me that hard, and like I'm like I was having a good time. I'm like fuck, you'll find your ass. You'll find the other asshole that wants to fight you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not fighting some guy just because he bumped me in the fucking shoulder.
Yeah.
So Henry Rollins puts his arms out and falls into the audience. Does one of those like kind of semi-crowd surfing things.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's holding him up. And someone out of nowhere starts to slap Rollins in the face in the pit. 1 time, 2 times, the 3 times Rollins finally sees who guy is slapping him in the face, grabs him by his shirt, and starts fucking knocking the shit out of him. Like he's like, clock,
Holy
just
shit.
fucking giving it to him, feeding it to him, right?
Yeah.
His feet are on stage. He's being held up by the audience, and he's holding this guy
And
just feeding like bam, 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 bam. I'm like 5 feet away from this, watching. This is like fucking crazy, right?
Yeah.
Watching Rollins punch someone out, and then
He's notorious for that too.
well, he's not afraid of it.
Yeah.
And then I see bounces pull the guy away, and it's the same guy that bumped me.
Idiot.
Holy fuck.
Same fucking guy.
Why does he want that?
That guy?
Yeah.
He's drunk. He's probably blacked out. Who knows?
Fuck
Yeah.
it up, fucky.
It was like fucking legend.
And you're gonna be
It was
smacking
awesome.
the guy in the face.
Well, yeah. So it was the weird part. Like it wasn't like it was a semi slap. He
Yeah.
was like the guy.
It's disrespectful.
Yeah, he's like you touch someone's face.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he's like, but
yeah.
he's not just touching it. He's kind of like just slapping, playing with his face, like slapping
And
it.
you just grab him and just
Rollins
punch
just
the
finally,
shit.
as soon as he eyed him, like saw where the arm was connected to, grabbed the guy's shirt and just fucking fed him.
And clearly, this guy was being aggressive before that too. So who knows how hard he really
Yeah.
was? Like, because he was
Yeah.
pushing you
Yeah.
before that.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So this guy's
it was
obviously
10
being a
minutes, and
dick
he
fuck.
was just kept walking into people. Like now, I watched him walk
And he
away
never
from
walked
me.
into anyone else after that.
Oh, they were like dragging him out.
You know they beat the fuck out of him too after that.
Oh, I hope
Oh
so.
yeah, they probably
they
roughed
took
him
him
up
to
on
an
the way
alley
out.
and beat the fuck out of him.
Definitely. There was a Bitcoin theft.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
talking about Bitcoins. I think episode
We were
48
thinking
or
about
something.
investing.
We want to invest in Bitcoins.
We should put some money into
we
it.
were
should.
talking about
Yeah.
investing. Remember
Yeah, and then we found out
what happened?
Apparently, somebody stole $3 million.
Yeah, or they're continuing to steal. It was like a long process of stealing something,
Yeah.
some huge amount, 300 million or
300 million. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
So what do you do with 300 million bitcoins that are stolen?
because it was the place is what's it called, G Mount, or it basically means Magic the Gathering, something. It's a abbreviation of that, and apparently it was an exchange, so you can exchange your Bitcoin for money.
Okay.
And it was an
Oh.
exchange place, the Magic the Gathering exchange something. Anyway, so they
Yeah, so they stole 300 million bitcoins, and so they were like, they're filing for bankruptcy in Japan, and the guy's like, they're hightailing it. People want to kill them.
Oh, the guys that that started the whole thing.
Yeah, they want to kill the guys that ran that G-Mount.
So what? I don't get it. Like, at what point, like they couldn't figure this situation out? Like, they didn't think like this is like
They're probably in on it.
they
think
probably
so?
are in. Yeah, probably.
Or
like,
somebody found like a huge loophole in the
how
system.
hard could it be? You have to find a loophole in the system when there's no like bitcoins aren't even like real coins. I guess.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, there's
It's
no
not like
tangible.
It's all in space, man.
Yeah, it's like gravity.
Yeah, it's like gravity. It's just like
There's no point to it.
Yeah.
Just floats around up there.
Yeah, they all fell in a black hole. It's unbelievable to me that no one thought at some point like, dude, this is not going to work out.
Yeah, like somebody's gonna find some way to fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at the name of it.
and they did. They found a way to get in there and steal 300 million
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
bitcoins.
and I just don't want it. Like, I can't even believe like how much like.
Mount Gox. That's the name of it. It's a Bitcoin Mount Gox, but what it stands for is MT. It's something with Magic the Gathering.
So like never getting laid foundation.
Yeah. But Mount Gox Bitcoin Exchange, 850,000 bitcoins with several $100 million are
Holy
unaccounted for.
Shit.
Yeah.
And for I guess we should
700 million.
No. It would. It's the amount of 473 million Canadian at recent prices.
And we talked about bitcoins a while ago, but if you don't know what they are, they're basically this online currency, and you can use them to buy. Like some people subscribe to them, and you can use them to buy certain things. But I guess the whole purpose of it would be that it's not technically a legal tender, so it gets around taxes and whatnot.
Yeah, you have to mine it on your computer, and
It's
that's
like
how you get it.
it's being off the grid technically, right?
Yeah, but
with
like-
the- from the government.
Kind of being involved in like a digital, like not really being off the grid because they would still probably pay taxes and like use normal money, but they're like using it for certain things, which I would imagine deal with gaming and digital
Yeah.
games and stuff
There's
like that.
tons of
It
stuff
was gonna. Yeah, sorry.
that you could buy with bitcoins now too.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Not anymore.
online.
Not anymore. No, that's done.
Yeah, they're I think they're done now
Yeah.
because of this whole thing of the guy stealing $300 million from them.
If I like bought, say, if I bought like $100 worth of bitcoins, you're saying I couldn't cash it in now?
I
It's
don't
the
think.
Bitcoin Great Depression.
Yeah,
now.
I think it's a Bitcoin. I agree with him. I think it's a Bitcoin Great Depression.
There's
I
like
don't think it's worth anything now.
people trying to sell digital
Yeah.
bottles for 5 cents a piece, and it's everyone's wearing English driving caps. And
It's a dust bowl, digital dust bowl, dust farmers.
but it's all online, so it doesn't really affect anybody. in
No,
real life.
no one's really hurt except for some Asian people.
The
Will
guy
I still be able to jerk off the porn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
for now.
Porn is not affected with Bitcoin. That was the huge announcement. Porn will not be affected
First of all-
because of Bitcoin.
It's funny how like porn's like, I'd say 90% of the internet is just someone going to porn site and just fucking
Oh yeah.
Jerking off.
yeah.
I like how you had to complete the whole thought for us to understand what porn is for. I like how 90% of the internet is people going to porn and jerking off
Or finger banging.
or finger banging themselves.
Here's something else I thought of recently. I was just like thinking about tattoos and stuff.
Yeah.
You have a couple tattoos, right?
Yes,
Gavin?
I have about 4.
You have 4?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you had that many.
Yeah.
And you don't have any,
0.
which is surprising to me, kind of.
Well, it's for me, it's just like I think it has. I think, on all honesty, my dad never got a tattoo.
Oh, okay.
My
dad did.
My dad doesn't have a tattoo, and I think, I think even though I'm very, everything about me is probably very disappointing to him.
That's
Even-
the one thing that you.
Yeah, you
But
upheld.
it's like I'm like like I picture him just being really like disgusted if I got a tattoo. Like
Oh, wow.
I think the only reason I don't have a tattoo,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think I really want one, but I think because my dad probably would like be like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Pussy. That's why
Yeah.
every tattoo I got, I was like, I hid it for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
From
my mom,
just from your parents.
basically my mom.
And did she was against tattoos?
Yeah, she hated tattoos. She thought
Oh, wow.
sailors get tattoos.
Which is true. That's how it originated,
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly. But she's old school.
And did you get tattoos that had meaning, or did you not really care about that?
This one I have here is meaning. This for my wife, and I have this same one. This one was like
What's
stupid.
what
This
is
a
it?
heart with like it's stupid. It's a heart with. It's not stupid. It means something to both of us.
Yeah, it's not. No, I'm just curious.
Because we have the saying. It's so corny. We have the saying where we say to each other, "I love you like the wind," and so it's like a heart with wind. It's really corny. And then I got a robot attacking a city, which I don't even know if it means anything. I guess not. It's just a robot.
What if
you
you
have a
find it cool?
And you have a Jack Kerouac.
Yeah, I have a Jack Kerouac. This one's important to me. This is one I have to look at every once in a while. Just,
which quote?
This one is happiness consists in realizing it's all a great strange dream.
Great quote.
Yeah. So that's
Jack Kerouac's fucking awesome.
He's
I
got
always-
the best quotes.
but he became like a racist asshole at the end. But
Was
this one is like everyone always thinks it's like, oh, it's stupid tattoo, and then they read it and they go, oh.
He was really became an
Yeah, I like
alcoholic and shit like that.
Yeah, he
and
became
real negative-
very
negative.
racist and right wing, and yeah.
It's weird. Like it's always like these guys that are so liberal when they're
Yeah.
young and end up being so like
Negative.
Yeah,
Negative,
or-
yeah.
Yeah, like even Hunter S. Thompson was really conservative,
Is that,
wasn't he?
was he?
I think so.
um
I thought he was more of a socialist.
Yeah, probably.
Not a socialist, a libertarian.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
like it wasn't what was it? He did a Weekend Update. Was it Dennis Miller?
Yes, he became
Yeah,
right-wing as hell.
Dennis Miller was like fucking like basically a hippie, very liberal, and like now he's just like a full on right wing.
Yeah.
I
Why
still
do you
like
think
him
that
though.
is, though.
He's just not funny.
I kind of like him. I
Okay.
think he's funny. I do actually think he's funny.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
He's just he amuses me.
Last time I saw him, my friend was doing a show which was like basically it was a daily show for Fox. And she was one of the anchors on it, and he came on. He used to do something for it.
Yeah.
It was fucking so unfunny.
The Rant or whatever? Is that what he
It was a horrible show.
Oh,
I forget the name of it. She went the fake name because she didn't want people to know who she was.
really?
You know who else I think is super interesting is is it Alec Baldwin
Yeah.
from 30 Rock?
Yeah.
I find that guy so interesting.
Yeah, he is. He's a wild card.
He
Yeah.
just got in trouble for some homophobia, apparently.
Yeah,
What did he bang
little
a-
bit of back.
Yeah.
What do you do? Bang a gay dude? What do you mean?
No, he's yelled at a photographer. He called him a cocksucker.
Wasn't that, yeah, but that's old. That's an old situation. That happened.
No, that just happened recently.
Again? That's
Yeah.
happened. I heard that story from like a year ago.
Yeah, that was a couple months ago, bro. Or
Yeah.
like probably. Yeah, that was a while ago.
Was it? I just
Yeah.
read it now. I just heard about it like
so
recently.
because it happened, you read it now. It happened
No, because he's
yesterday.
saying he's trying to get out of the public life,
Yeah,
and he's lost everything. Like,
He's saying that now. He's
he
trying
hasn't
to
lost
get a
anything. What do you mean lost
he
everything?
lost everything, all his sponsorship, his
His MSNBC show.
yeah. But he had this. This is after he lost the MSNBC show, and he had
What's
a
the
podcast.
NBC? Yeah,
Oh,
was
And he
um,
lost that.
he lost that?
Yeah.
Why?
What was that
Oh,
called?
because of
Because
things
it-
he said before.
No, because of this.
That's not new.
No, this is
news.
new. This is new.
So he did it.
This
again.
happened a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
he's done it again then.
Yeah.
What is it? We to call someone a faggot?
He called a paparazzi guy a cocksucking faggot.
Because that happened
Yeah.
a while ago, where he called the guy the
I'm
cocksucking
telling you,
faggot.
this is recent because I just saw it like the last couple days.
And then, like, that was the reason he lost that MSNBC show.
But he's
Then he lost. He didn't
did
have
something
the,
again.
He didn't have he lost the MSNBC show because of bad ratings.
he would never. You know,
and then he got a podcast radio show,
Yeah, which was pretty good.
and then he
It was
lost.
It's
that.
really good.
He's lost
Yeah.
that.
but he's not a guy that what people don't realize, and you can say, well, that doesn't matter. He would never call a gay guy a faggot.
Yeah, that's what his argument was, and he said,
Yeah.
"I'm getting out of public life."
Like,
But at the same time, I guess you should know better if you're.
no, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it was taken out of context and blown out of proportion, probably.
Yeah, but it's like saying nigger.
No, I don't
know.
think so.
Yeah, it would be.
No, because
Yeah, it depends on who's being offended by it, right?
I guess so. But I just don't think like were gay people slaves?
Yeah, no. What I'm saying, it's a
Depends what they're
derogatory.
into.
Yeah,
It's a derogatory term for someone, right? Like if gays.
I just think it takes away from the idea of what black people even went through then.
Well, I'm not saying it's the same struggle or anything. I'm just saying it's a derogatory term. If someone says that's a derogatory term,
I would never. I've used the word faggot. I know it's kind of hypocritical because I would never use the N word, but I've used the word faggot to people all the time, like in a friendly way and in an aggressive
Yeah,
way.
but
I use both all the time in a friendly way. I'm not
And
gonna lie.
aggressive.
and aggressive.
Yeah, but I think like as times change,
But
right?
I
There was a
would never-
time when saying nigger was okay, And then now it's not.
I know, but yeah, I know what you're saying, but I would never say it to a gay person.
I'm just saying this
You'd
is why
have to be a straight person for me to.
I know.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that was the thing too. He said to a straight guy. All I'm saying is
I'd call a gay guy a straighty or something.
all I'm saying is this is the reaction. That's what it's from.
Yeah, well, I think it's gay.
Yeah, I remember I talked about that on the Hamilton Comedy Hour a while ago when he did it, and it was like, I don't know. I don't think they should have taken away his show for it because he didn't do it on his show.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
And the guy was straight,
Yeah.
so he clearly was not being
there you
homophobic.
go.
Yeah,
There.
yeah, no,
That's-
I'm with you, but I'm
It's like
just saying
dumb and dumb.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying it's like
It's just like
Yeah.
things are too PC now. Like,
controlled.
well, I think it's like I was in class and this girl said that she's like all white males are racist and homophobic.
I hate when white people say that about themselves.
And it was like,
I hate when white people are like, we're evil. It's just like, all right, come on. Now you're just placating.
yeah, and it's like I'm not racist, I'm
Yeah.
not homophobic, and I'm a white male. You're stereotyping.
Now you're being
people.
racist against me.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
what's her? What's her? What
she's
is
a
she?
lesbian.
Yeah. What is she? Like, what? You're perfect.
Yeah,
You got nothing.
but she's saying like she's like all white men are homophobic, and it's like, well, you're saying that you don't want to be stereotyped,
Yeah.
and that a certain group, but you're stereotyping
Yeah,
a certain
exactly.
group, so you're doing what you say you don't want to happen. I don't understand.
And to make a statement like that, everyone's got some racism. Everyone's got a little bit of homophobia. Everyone's got a little bit of something in them. It's just naturally, according to other people. You know what I mean? Like everyone's got a little. Like you can find racism.
But like, if I had a gay friend, and he was like gonna sleep at my house, I'm like, all right, dude, you can sleep at my house, but just don't fuck my ass, okay? When I'm sleeping.
Well, you shouldn't have to say that.
I know, but like, you know what I mean? That I probably would think that at least. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
don't
there'd be
fuck
that
my
thought.
ass.
don't hey, dude, just don't fuck.
You just
my,
got to put up a sign. That's it. You don't really have to say it.
above my asshole.
No, yeah, just don't fuck this.
Don't fuck this.
Don't fuck this or this. Your
Like
mouth.
Doug, it's totally cool. You're drunk. You stay over. You sleep on the couch. Just please don't fuck my asshole.
And you use the yard for the bathroom.
There's a bucket. There's a bucket on a pulley. I don't like that one. Like fucking all white males are fucking bigots and this and that. It's true, but she doesn't have to say it either.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think like it just feels uncomfortable being a white male trying to talk about race or in I'm fine with you guys and like here, but at school I honestly I avoid those conversations.
I don't give
there-
a fuck.
You're looking for problems.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
fuck
That chick wants to argue.
Yeah, she's like,
You like to argue? That's cool, Kevin,
no.
but
What,
they
what
would.
I'm saying is, you shouldn't
she's-
feel fucking guilty for a concept.
I know, but argue with a woman. Not, I mean, like a woman, but a person that's saying something like that. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah, but this no, I'm not. And
she's
I agree.
looking just-
I
she-
agree
it's
with you.
more important about the argument than the actual results of
I
the
agree
argument.
with you. What I'm saying is, my problem is like you have someone that's willing to talk about something that like on this level, you don't fucking push them away. If you have a problem like okay, you're worried about homophobia and you're gay, or you're worried about misogyny and you're a woman, you don't go, well, fuck you for bringing it up, or
Yeah,
fuck
but the
you
whole-
for having this conversation with me.
But the purpose of an argument is to eventually resolve the situation.
Well, it's not an argument. What I'm saying is,
She-
if you have
that's an
someone,
argument.
I know. I'm not talking about. I'm pushing that aside. I'm
Okay.
saying to have someone that's going to sit down and have a conversation, and whether they understand it or not, then you're dealing with someone who at least is willing to put an intellectual thought into it, as opposed to someone that's just being a bigot. You're not dealing with a bigot. You're dealing with someone, even if they're wrong, is willing to have a conversation about it.
Yeah, like a rational
Right. Those aren't people
conversation.
you push away by going, oh, you're getting mad at them and looking for an argument. That's my.
Well, it's yeah, but I don't think that person's
No.
this
Oh,
person,
Fuck
right?
no,
Well,
she was
she's a
looking
kid.
for an argument.
Yeah.
She's a kid.
Yeah, she's just and she'd be like, and you wouldn't. What you'd just be like. It would probably end up her calling the police.
She just scream at
trying to
you.
have you arrested for having an opinion. You
Yeah,
know?
They'll just
exactly.
scream at you and yell at you.
Yeah.
They're so liberal, but they're fascist at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
the craziest part is that they're so liberal that they can't see that they're doing the same thing. Like they can't see that everything's not just
Well,
clear
they-
cut
People
black
are
and white.
not
Well, not
fun.
they, this
They're
per-
not fun.
Not
Oh,
they,
no.
not they. This person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a lot.
those people.
I was doing a show in New York, and this guy was doing jokes, and he was clearly doing satirical about. Even if he wasn't, he's doing jokes about. What's it not? What's the opposite of intelligent design? He's doing jokes about intelligent.
Creation.
Yeah, creationism, and he's just doing. He's talking. He was being pro-creationist, and this chick behind me was just like boo, boo, and it's just like just let him fucking talk his shit.
Yeah.
Like I listen to your bullshit, I agree with you, and I hear it coming out of your mouths all the time.
Yeah.
Let me hear something that I don't agree with. It might be funny. Like
Right.
I'm grown up enough to go, oh, I have a different opinion than this person. Let me
Right.
hear what you got to say on it.
Yeah, but that's okay to have a different opinion, you know?
yeah,
And like I feel like they're like although I agree with them that it's right that homophobia is wrong and racism is
Yeah.
wrong, it's like, but you can't try to control what other people
people
think.
think.
Just walk away from it and say you're a fucking idiot. If you're a racist, you're an idiot, and then walk away.
Yeah.
they never have a good
Don't try
argument.
to change them. You're never going to change them.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
The person that's racist or homophobic never has a good argument for it.
Yeah, and if I have two instances of this that were where people are trying to jam in gay rights or feminism or racism. One was they were talking about this WhatsApp app or something like that on the
Yeah.
radio,
Yeah.
and they were saying that it's this app that like sends your girlfriend texts throughout the day that are like nice and sweet and makes her think that you're sending them.
Yeah.
But the girl on the radio was mad that they don't have the equivalent for a woman. But it's something called the Bro app or something like that.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
It's like the Bro. It's not WhatsApp.
Yeah.
That's a different thing.
well, then why didn't she make it?
Yeah, you either make it or understand that this product is not being. it's a novelty. It's humorous. There's humor attached. It's obviously it's the Bro app. You
Why
know what I
isn't
mean?
life fair?
Why isn't there an app called which is for bros for people who are by definition the exact opposite of bros? You're not a bro. Even all
It's a
men aren't
joke.
bros.
Yeah.
I'm not a bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like, why are you're stereotyping and getting mad about it? You didn't think that through enough.
Why isn't there one for women? Why
Yeah.
isn't
The one for gay people, it's like because those people by definition are not bros.
Bros,
They're
yeah.
just as equal in my opinion, but they're not bros.
It's just it's like okay, well let's ruin the joke.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's take the joke and fucking ruin it.
And another thing was we had an election at McMaster University, and there was a girl who was a lesbian who was running, which is totally I support that. I think it would be great if she had won and if she was good, but she based her entire she didn't
saw
win.
that post.
But yeah, she based her entire platform on being a lesbian.
which is
It's
yeah.
I guess I sort of understand it, but that would be like me basing my entire platform on being a heterosexual male. That would be the same. It would be basing your political platform on who you want to fuck.
Well,
That doesn't
yeah.
make sense in any situation.
No.
So it's like it's fine that you're
that's
a
a good
lesbian,
point.
but like I don't want to know who you fuck on your
I
own
don't give a
time.
fuck.
I only care about what you're going to do for me and
Yeah,
the school, and
how
that's
if you're lesbian, that's your business.
that's your business.
That's
and
your business.
it's great.
Yeah.
And I think if we were equal, like I couldn't talk about my sex life during my political
Oh,
platform.
You'd be a bro.
Exactly. So why are
You'd be a
you doing
douchebag.
that? We're equal. So let's neither of us talk about who we're fucking on our own time.
Well, that's just a matter of someone that doesn't have a personality or an identity.
And they're just putting everything into that.
Yeah, that's their identity is they're gay.
Yeah, and it's like that's okay. That's okay, but it's like it's just don't you're basing this whole thing. I want to know if you can get me an extra day off on reading week. That's all I care
Yeah,
about.
basically what she's saying
I don't
is
care
like,
about who
I
you
like
fuck.
pussy, so you should vote for me.
Yeah.
I like to eat a vagina, so vote for me.
I honestly feel like you're marginalizing and belittling your own cause.
Yeah. I like to fist vaginas, so I would be a great student council president.
But everybody
our
likes
slogan.
vagina.
It should be, because it's basically what you're saying. You're absolutely right.
It was just like a picture of her in behind a mountain range that said, "I wear strap-ons." So,
But that,
vote for me.
it's not even belittling that she's gay or not. You even put the flag in there. That's fine.
Yeah.
I agree with the same thing. If I would have been like, I like getting blowjobs.
yeah, let's not make it all about.
I'm a hetero
that.
that likes blowjobs.
Yeah.
Vote for me.
I used to take family pictures at my friends' houses and like get like pictures like from like dirty magazines and find a close up of a vagina and put it in the frame, like take the frame apart.
That's
and say-
amazing.
Yeah, and put it back and say nothing.
You have a lonely life.
That's awesome. Though.
You have a really lonely
You
life.
do a lot of great jokes where you don't get to see the end result
Yeah,
of
you
them
just
too.
set
You
up
just get to
shit.
think about it.
No, I like a lot of times I've laughed, but like been gone. But there's been times where I've been like in the room, and my buddy. I remember this one guy, this one person, it was my buddy's girlfriend, and all of a sudden she's the picture. And it took her like 10 seconds to sink in, and she just like she shook her head like, what the fuck? She, like literally, it's like, like you know, like you're looking, it's like you're trying to look at a car. You think you're gonna look at a car, but it's a fucking vagina,
Yeah.
right?
You know how that happens.
But like no matter, it's like your brain's trying to fight it because
Yeah.
it's like like she doesn't know I just did this. So it's like that should be me and my boyfriend and whoever, right? And that's it, but it's a fucking pussy.
It's a big meaty vagina.
Yeah, it's like, and all of a sudden it's like, it's just watching that transition is awesome.
You know what's even sadder is you sitting around cutting those vaginas out.
it's more a lot of folding more than cutting because you got to fold it.
Giggling and cutting.
No, you got to take the picture and then you got to take the frame part and you got to fold it just so it's because there's that white border around the.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, so you didn't cut it; you just folded it.
I fold it, put it down, and put everything back together, and put it back on the fireplace. And there's a picture.
That's why you should work for the CIA. You can bug a house.
You know what I've
They
been
go,
doing?
just pretend these microphones are vaginas.
You know what I've been doing? I've been going to like Value Village.
Yeah.
Like I went one in Vaughan and I went to Hamilton. I find frame. You know that postcard I have, like all with my info.
Yeah,
On the other side, it's like a picture of Jesus and my Jesus jokes on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right. I've been putting that picture in frames.
yeah. You used to do. You did that with me a couple of
Yeah,
times.
I've been doing
That's
that. Like,
awesome.
I just do it like anytime I do about 3 frames. Like find that fit ones that fit, put it in, put it back on the shelf because someone's gonna buy it.
Some old lady's gonna buy that shit. Some old lady's not gonna read it. She's gonna see Jesus and go, "Oh,
Ah.
Yeah. Hang it up in her bathroom.
yeah." And their kids are gonna come by. What is this? Who's Manola's aunt's house?
Um,
All right, so what are we doing?
We can wrap it up.
I
Wanna
we
wrap
should
it up?
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
definitely.
Thank you for listening, everybody. Subscribe on iTunes. If you're an Android guy like me, go to girlsnightoutpod.com, download the episodes, and follow us on Twitter, GNL Podcast.
Can I? You know what? Can I plug someone?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I was thinking about maybe we should do this once a week to someone like that we like, whether it's a comedian or someone else. I'm buddy with this guy named Darren Flowers or Flower, I guess. He's in a band called Stone River, and he's a great rock band. He's got stuff on YouTube. Just type in Stone River.
Yeah,
and,
check them out.
Yeah,
Stone River.
that's it.
All right. Thank you for listening. And if you haven't watched Bates Motel, I have nothing to do with this, no stake in this, but it's a great show. So
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
it's so fucking good.
I saw it on. Yeah.
Holy shit. Goodbye.
Awesome. Have a good night.
Bye bye.